Niners! Woo! Let's get right down to it, fam. Ex-Niners Quaski team, Kerry Hyder, K1 Williams remain unsigned as the free agency period starting dates have already come and gone. As we all know, rumors are swirling around K1. But Tart and Hyder aren't the subject of any speculating websites, if you've noticed. With the talents being released during the free agency period, there remains plenty of unsigned free agents still rolling around out there, creating stiff competition for a very cap-strapped NFL that is amazingly maneuvering around the constraints and barriers to still sign players, though. But it's when I say the competition got gotten stiff, there's 3 or 4 guys available now just about in every position that you can choose from. And so, therefore, you see our guys. Tartan Williams played large roles, though, in the Niners Super Bowl run. And with the return, would literally hit the ground running. So we'll be taking your phone calls on this particular Sunday for your take on what remaining free agents at large, other than, and even beyond our guys, would you pursue, and everything else that is Niners! God, I love doing that. Hey, let's get right into which unrestricted 49ers free agents that are still available do you think have the best chance to come back to the team in this offseason? Could it be Quaski, given that I don't know. I got this weird feeling it's going to be Quaski. Anyway, let's quickly go through some of the best remaining 49er targets to fill out the roster. Since Kendrick Bourne has left a slot open for that third receiver role, Niners need another option as a true slot receiver. Enter Willie Snead. Debo and Brandon will receive most of the work this season as the team finally has what appears to be a couple of stars they can move forward with. But Snead offers another element that could expand what Kyle Shanahan could scheme on the offense. In his 7 NFL seasons, Snead has caught 275 passes for 3,393 yards and 16 touchdowns, lining up predominantly in the slot. Snead will also provide leadership and experience to the young receiver group that flourished when Emmanuel Sanders arrived in the middle of the 2019 season. And suddenly, the wide receiver room, I mean, Kyle looked at what he had, and he stayed with Debo because Debo beat out Pettis, who, Jesus, Pettis was supposed to be. But anyway, Debo moves forward. And then Kyle looked around and said, who else? Kendrick, you're the guy. So we got 3 guys, pretty dependable, Debo's still a rookie, though, at that time. Sanders pretty much carried the load between him and George Kittle. A lot of the passing game went to them, and Debo was like Debo had established himself as a wrecking machine. But this is what happens when suddenly a veteran comes into a talented young room. So what if you do that again? Wouldn't that be special? Snead's last contract with the Ravens was a 1-year, $6 million extension that ended a 3-year stint in Baltimore. Snead could be looking for his new home to be with a contender, which could make him more willing to agree to a team-friendly contract. Maybe. Jordan Reed. Niners have re-signed several of their own since free agency began, and another that would make sense would have to be JR. Shanahan clearly values experience in his system, and it's needed in his system. The system is, the side of the people don't really understand. A lot of people think with Shanahan, because Shanahan makes his schemes look easy. People, for bizarre, they just don't know any better. People think that's easy for the players. Nothing can be further from the truth. It takes rep after rep after rep to make a scheme work. That's why it works, because it's confusing to the defense. So when you got guys that know it, you need to hold on to them, right? Reed is all of that. I mean, Coach Shanahan clearly values experience in the system along with high-character players in the locker room. So JR is all of that and brings veteran leadership to the offense. Yes, JR missed 6 games due to injury in 2020. But hell, People need to stop ragging on players who got hurt in 2020. Hell, everybody on the team got hurt. I think Shanahan was out there limping at one time. Reed could be an affordable and reliable addition to the offense. With George Kittle, Ross Dwelly, and Charlie Warner set to return in 2021, Reed adds even more playmaking ability. Really. And one of the most impressive parts about Reed's 26 receptions for 231 yards and 4 touchdowns in 2020 was his ability to make multiple catches with passes thrown at the edge of his catching radius. I mean, he did that more than once. Ain't nobody going to forget that catch he made from Nick Mullins like a baseball shortstop. Reed was out there like coming off his shoe tops. I said, my God, he made that catch. I thought that ball touched the ground. I guess not. The refs ain't saying anything. Reed's one-year deal for 2020 was worth $1.5 million, which likely makes him affordable for 2021 if he decides he's going to stay with that price and wants to stay with the 49ers. The Niners have to be an attractive landing spot for JR, who already knows the offensive system and would be joining a contender. Next, now, fam, here is an intriguing name. Danny Amendola, after 12 seasons, the Julian Edelman clone, is now 35. And get this, as a head coach, Shanahan never has had a true slot receiver. I've never realized that. Plans for Trent Taylor to assume that role never panned out due to his injury. But that doesn't mean Shanny is going to stop looking or has stopped looking. Amendola could provide experience, again, that word experience and leadership to the young wide receivers room while also adding a new offensive weapon to the scheme. D.A. has played for 4 different franchises and has been productive with all of them. With Wes Welker as a position coach, the 2 slot receivers could be an outrageous resource for the offense in Shanahan. Can you imagine? D.A. is projected to earn a $5 million salary, and the 49ers likely are an attractive landing spot for Amendola as an expected contender. Amendola spent 5 seasons with the Patriots, where he was the most productive in his career, catching 70.3% of his targets in New England. And guess who knew him well? Yes, Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy. This is the kind of guy he needs. Amendola also adds value as a special teams contributor where he has been used as a returner. We've been whining about that for how long? I'm looking for DA to get a Niners call, y'all. I really do. I see this as a possibility. He's a little up there in age, but, I think I'd still rather have Snead, but Amendola's got to be on that back burner. James White, running back, another older guy, 29 years old. He and Wilson Jr. are set to resume their roles as the predominant ball carriers in the 49ers run game. We all know that. The club also has JaMychal Hasty and Austin Walter as rotational backs, but adding depth with a talented pass-catching back would be a solid move. You know that how we go through running backs. James White is a dual threat running back that could add the dynamic that Coach Shanahan was hoping to see from Jet McKinnon. See, a lot of what we're seeing here is what Shanahan's been searching for that is available out there. They're a little older, but we're in the Super Bowl window now. It may as well be the time to reach. In his 7 seasons with the Patriots, while White has actually scored more receptions, 369, than carries at 309. White is projected to earn $5 million per season, which is more than what Mostert is set to make in 2021, which is only $2,975,000 million in base salary. But if he is still available later in the free agency, his price tag could go down. Being a skilled route runner is valued by Shanny. We all know that. White also makes the most of every opportunity, averaging 8 yards after the catch. But fam, here is the crazy thing about Mrs. White's baby boy. The most shocking aspect about White's game is his YAC. The average distance the ball traveled before he caught it last season was minus 0.7 yards. 8.4 yards, and he was catching that ball behind damn near laterals. Although I don't know how they came up with that, but guarantee you Shanny knows about that. Trey Boston, of course, safety, and as usual, 28 years old now, again, available this year like he is every offseason for reasons unknown. One of the glaring needs on the 49ers defense is depth on their secondary, and Trey Boston would offer leadership and experience to this group. And as usual, Trey is coming off a productive stint after having returned to the team that drafted him in the 4th round of the 2014 NFL Draft. Panthers, what are you doing? Why can't Trey get any respect? Boston's Pro Football Focus grades took a hit in 2020, but it could be from switching back and forth from playing in the box and back out of free safety where he has been more productive. Boston would likely benefit from playing alongside Jimmy Ward, Fred Warner. Who the hell wouldn't? Over his 7-year career in the NFL, Boston has recorded 15 career interceptions, 3 quarterback sacks, and 429 total yards. A lot of us said he was overrated last year. I was always wondering about that. Trey is projected to make a little over $2 million per year. That would make him affordable. In addition to affordable addition to the 49ers secondary as of this hour. And fam, Brian Poole. Somebody mentioned him on the chat. I think somebody was on the phone or something. I've heard this name before. I've never realized who he is. Brian Poole, cornerback. If the 49ers are unable to re-sign K'Wan Williams, Brian Poole is another option at cornerback who has been very effective in the slot. I'm reading about this. Don't know what. BP crossed paths with Coach Shanahan in Atlanta when he first entered the league. Poole is graded in the top tier of Pro Football Focus slot corner since the Jets, which might make his price tag a little higher than the 49ers ultimately want to spend, but he would immediately be a factor on the field. Over his 5 seasons in the NFL, Poole has snagged 7 INTs, broken up 31 passes, while also registering 299 total tackles, 227 of which were solo. Who's that remind you of? BP is scheduled to make an annual salary of $6 million, which might put him out of the 49ers price range, but he would be such a plus. Kerry Hyder was one of the best values on the field for the 49ers in 2020. Kerry led the team with 8.5 sacks after signing a 1-year, $1.5 million deal. There was no Nick. There was no Ford. Kerry did that on pretty much his own. The original plan on Kerry was simply for him to provide depth as a rotational player. Hyder posted a career-best Pro Football Focus grade of 68.6 as a result of his 55 total quarterback pressures. He appeared in all 16 games, registering 10 tackles for a loss and 18 QB hits. Hyder is projected to make much more than his 2020 salary after his standout season with a cap number of $4.5 million. The Jets might have more cap space to play with, but if Robert Saleh can't lure Hyder to the East Coast, the Niners should make a move to re-sign the lineman. They really should. Fam, you know what, though? In fairness, I think the Niners may be thinking to allow Kerry to see just how much more he can get above what the 49ers believe that they can pay him. I really do. If he's left without a team, there's no way the Niners are going to leave him hanging, though. And that's unfortunate because if nobody signs him for that $4.5 million, which is what he's probably worth and maybe even more, the 49ers are going to give him maybe 2.5. As he'll be using a rotational player again this year. If they take up on Lee's offer to draft a guy, we've now got Ebokum. There's a lot of things that could cause him to become the guy they look at as a rotational player. And for that, that's what his salary would be based on. But God, he did a good job last year, and he deserves and earned more. But I'm thinking the 49ers are going to hope and wish for him to get the best. And if nothing happens, there's no way the 49ers are going to let him go without a job next season is my guess. Finally, K'Wan Williams, one of Shanahan's favorite players on the defensive side of the ball. Williams has been underrated nearly his entire football career. I said it last year when I found out how much he got paid. I said, K'Wan's only getting paid what? Shanahan knows what K'Wan is capable of. Williams is likely a target for Bobby Saleh and the Jets. Bobby and the Jets. They're going to try to poach you, family. We know this. And now we're hearing about Kansas City. But the Niners would be wise to make a run to keep K'Wan in the Bay. Even though K-Dub only appeared in 8 games in the 2020 season. But hey, that was the norm for the 2020 roster. Everybody spent time on the IR. K'Wan's value was already known. Over the last 2 seasons, according to PFF, Williams has allowed just 1 touchdown. One touchdown on 99 targets. 99 targets, that's Pro Bowl. registered 4 quarterback sacks. His athleticism is so well respected by the Niners defensive staff that they came up with a name for him and his group. The whole play was called the Shark Blitz, created and features a slot corner as the Shark. We lose K1, we lose something. We really do. Williams is projected to earn an annual $4 million, which makes him a reasonable target for the 49ers, but they might have to outbid Bobby's salary to keep K1 on the West Coast because Bobby's going to say, Shark, damn the $4 million. I'll give you $6 million right now. K1 going to say, serious? Here, I got the papers written right here, man. Take a look. Okay. Let me call John, and yeah, you got a deal. That's it. Then my question tonight is, where do you add? If you're gonna add, you got 14 mil left. What are you thinking? Right? You know, let's. Oh, hey, the real McCoy, bring Frankie home. Hashtag bring Frankie home. Exactly. 49ers Ultimate Report. Ronbo told you K1 and Hyder wanted too much money, and not even the Jets have not signed him. See, that's a good thing, though, for 49ers Ultimate Report. The 49ers are waiting patiently and keeping their fingers crossed that these guys don't get signed, and then they come back and say, guys, and I'm not, okay, let me hear me out, and we'll talk about the deal. And incentives, guys. I'm going to give you incentives. You know I'm going to give you incentives. Oh, God. Hey, Krusty. Krusty.
Hello?
Krusty.
Hello?
Hey, I hear you.
Okay,
Krusty.
cool.
Yeah. Hey, Krusty. So, like, there's guys still roaming around out there. You know about our guys, Kerry and K1 and Tart. Are you thinking you'd like to bring any of those guys back? Is there somebody else you'd like to bring back amongst some of the talents that are available out there? A lot of guys that are older guys and could help the team out a lot since we're in that Super Bowl position. What do you think?
I think that bringing K1 back and Tart back wouldn't be a bad idea, but both of them, they both seem to have been, Tart's injury prone. So that's the big thing that's kind of questionable about him, but we might be able to bring him back on a small deal.
And have
just
somebody
for,
back
maybe a 1-year deal, real prove it deal, to prove that he can stay healthy like we did for Jimmy Ward.
Mm-hmm.
And then give him a better deal afterwards. K1, that's different, I think we could find somebody to replace him, honestly. I think Jamar Taylor did a great job last year.
Oh.
Even
But
Dante
he tore his
Johnson is
ACL.
too bad
I
in the slot.
agree. Oh, I wish he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. But Kerry Hyder, that's an interesting one.
I know, isn't it?
I sit back and say he did an amazing job last year. He really did. But then I also have to sit back and think about this question. If Dee Ford and Nick Bosa were not injured all year long, would he have made that kind of impact last year?
He wouldn't have been on the field. No.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. He would have just been up the backup duties, and we wouldn't be talking about this year. So
True.
I think he'd be good to have as a backup, as a rotational piece, and I don't think we want to pay the kind of money that he's probably asking for a rotational piece. I think that we need to find somebody else via the draft to bring in. Kerry Hyder would be nice for a cheap, maybe $3 or $4 million 1-year deal, or 2-3 years, $12 million deal.
Yeah, I think
he'd be happy for that.
Yeah.
Because was he even in the league in 2019? Did he play for anybody?
I didn't know who he was, so I don't know.
Right. Neither did I.
Yeah, when he showed up last year, I never heard of Kerry Hyder.
Exactly. So, but he came out and he did well. But I'm just thinking like Nick Bosa is coming back. I after the restructure, I don't know what we're doing with Ford. I don't know what our plans with the draft. Is Samson Ibukum or whatever his name is. Yeah. What kind of talent is he compared to Hyder? Because they might have got him over Hyder because he's a better talent. he might have a better impact than he would opposite of Nick Bosa, because Kerry Hyder's not a speed rusher.
No, and this guy is. Both got more diversity for sure.
Yeah, Hyder would be a good backup for Nick. That's what he'd be used for, my personal opinion. So I think that we need to. It'd be good to have him back, but I think he's the least likely of the three to come back.
Well, okay.
Because K1 and Tart obviously have showed for years what they could put to our defense, and Kerry Hyder is just like Mostert. Everybody was like talking about Mostert after 2019, thinking he's going to be the shit and he's going to be the best and he's going to be great. Pay the man money. What happened to him in 2020? Same thing that happened to everybody else.
Yeah.
Injury ridden. Exactly. He played 4 or 5 games. That's it. If we would have paid that man money, we would have been pissed. We'd be talking about getting rid of that man like everybody's talking about getting rid of Jimmy right now.
I know, right? You get paid, you don't stay on the field. We don't. If you get hit by a car, get your ass up and play. We paid you.
Exactly. I'm surprised they're not saying get rid of George Kittle too, because he played. He didn't play very many games last year too, and he got paid
every year.
George
every year.
But he gets a pass because that's George Kittle.
Yeah.
George Kittle's an amazing talent. I see a bunch of people talking crap about Jimmy, saying that he sucks, but when Jimmy's in the game, we win the game normally.
Mm-hmm.
It's him being his injury problems the thing that is. It's not the fact that he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that he gets injured. And the only reason we're giving him that is because of his ACL in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only opinion.
No, I agree.
If he would have survived 2018,
that's what I'm saying. With injuries,
that ACL.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I always get mad when the lies start about players. They said the same thing about J-Dub. I said, guys, excuse me. The guy is hurt.
Right.
No, give me a break when he can't play football. And that's the first thing some people do. And when I call them haters, I'm not a hater. I just know what's better for this team. No, you're a liar and a hater. You guys come in here talking about what this guy can't do. He's a good player. He's hurt. There's two different things. That's what I used to get mad about. So,
Not only that, we even heard after Jimmy went back out again, went on to the IR after a second high ankle sprain, which he never should have got because he should have been able to sit down, but our backup quarterbacks suck, that Kyle Shanahan even came out and said, unless we're going to be in the hunt for the playoffs, you may not see Jimmy again this year, regardless of his health. Because they want to make sure that he's healthy for the next season, and there's no reason to put him out there to get injured again to not have him for the beginning of the next season. So for people to sit there and say that Jimmy doesn't give a crap and he gave up on the team, Kyle's told him he's not playing for the rest of the year because we weren't going to make the playoffs.
And the haters decided, no, Jimmy just refused to play. Dude, please.
Kyle said that.
I know.
Kyle said that himself.
Let's not.
But you know what?
With that, because I'm going to get...
raise their hands up, whatever. Yeah. People can think what they want to think. I know when Jimmy's in there, we win.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to be winning next year with Jimmy at the helm. I don't know if we're going to win with anybody else, regardless who it is. Like I said, Deshaun Watson, great stats, but only won 4 games last year. So
and also, if all 6 of those women are found to be lying, he's in trouble. And people, it's going to be rough. Krusty, we got to go, though.
Right.
And let's see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Looking forward.
All right.
Trusty.
Later.
Hey, and chill. Phil, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
Clearly. Phil, I'm telling you, man, and I bet you probably got an inside track. Phil seems to know these things because he hangs around with the right people, like some of the people that are in the front office. Phil, are we going to see K1, who's getting bid on heavily? Do you think Tart's going to return? Would you pay Kerry Hyder? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm reading the tea leaves, okay? So obviously Shala didn't want K1 either, or else he would have gobbled him up right away.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the cap room. He could have just jumped right on it.
A long time ago.
Maybe he's asking too much money. I'm not so sure that's the case. I'm sure his agent is trying the best for him. But the thing is, my take is, I'm looking at Emmanuel Mosley and Jason Verrett. They're both 5'11". I doubt we go into the season with 2 5'11" outside corners to go up against guys like Mike Evans, DK Metcalf. You got to get a big 6'1", 6'2" corner that's physical, that can go up against those guys and play toe-to-toe with them. And I really think we're going to draft one of the three big corners coming out with the 12th pick, or maybe move back a little bit and still get one of them. But, I just don't see it with the tea leaves. I think Emmanuel Mosley is going to play slot corner, honestly.
It would be best if we could find a bigger guy to put out there.
He came in the league as a slot corner.
Mosley?
So,
I didn't know that. So he knows that position. He pulled a hammy last year toward the end of the season, though. He wasn't really that ready. But
outside's even tougher on that stuff. But still, I'm thinking we're not going to go in the season with short corners. We're just not. If we're going to try to compete for a Super Bowl, we've got to have a big corner on one side.
Mm.
And I just think we're going to draft one in the first round. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so does Spoon. I mean, why do you think Seattle grabbed Spoon? He had his best games against DK Metcalf.
Seattle's smart. So, get him off of us. We'll put him on our team. God.
Yeah. So I think we're going to draft a big corner in the draft. I think it's going to be in the first round. Also, I think we're going to draft a quarterback. I really do, in the second round.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
They really should.
And the thing about Hyder is, I think the Niners think that Nick and Dee Ford are going to play this year. And so, with that said, Hyder's not needed.
Yeah.
Especially at the money he may be asking.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading the tea leaves. I don't know this for sure.
No, it makes sense.
But, it's just, what I'm thinking. Now, as far as Tart goes, I think the problem with Tart, he gets injured too much.
Yeah. Annually.
And we need to get a strong safety, either in the draft. Now, I thought we were going to go free agent. I wanted to get Johnny Johnson from the Rams, but he went to Cleveland. So, it's just we need a safety. I think we need a wide receiver in the draft. We'll probably get up one running back, not two. I think, and then the last rounds, who knows? But probably won't even make the team.
Anyway.
So, yeah. But anyway, I'm just reading this as tea leaves, and I'm thinking, I'm kind of predicting what we're going to do in the draft based on what we're doing in free agency. So, just my thoughts.
But would you consider bringing back Adrian Colbert? I understand he's available too.
I don't know if the Niners are going to bring anybody back.
Yeah, they might be done with the with free agency.
I think they're saying let's go with the draft because it is a corner heavy draft. And it is a wide receiver heavy draft.
And defensive backs.
Yeah. So I think they may go, try to get everything settled in the draft from here on out and get some cheap labor.
Yeah. And that's how they got to go from now on anywhere. Because still got so many guys to be paid, including Fred Warner. Phil, shed some light on that real quick. We got another minute or so to go. Well, everybody's Jimmy needs to let up some money so we can play Fred.
First of all, did you look at Trent Williams' contract? This year he's only getting 8.2, I believe it is, and then next year it's only 14.
That's kind of a
friendly
deal, isn't it?
He gets 23, and then after that, all the guaranteed money's gone. So basically, it's a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're going to decide whether they want to keep him or renegotiate at that point in time. He's not going to make that $138 million. There's no way.
And he agreed to that deal too, which is interesting.
I think that's the way the NFL goes right now. So
he got some guaranteed money too, so he's not making out bad.
I mean,
but
the worst contract we have is Eric Armstead.
I know, right? It's starting to look that way.
20 plus next year,
yeah,
and then another 20 plus after the year after that. So,
yeah,
but there's ways around contracts, as we've all been seeing.
And Parag has got those installed. So,
oh yeah. So I mean, I'm not worried about Warner at all. Because I think we've got $40 billion if with Richburg getting cut, that's $14 million more next year because that was on the cap hit. D Ford, we don't know what's going to happen there, but that's another $20
the
million
mystery
possible.
player. Dave, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So and then Jimmy's contract, so you can renegotiate that. So I mean, there's ways to get around it. So Warner is going to stay. We've got these franchise tag that we could put on him and then sign him.
There's no way he leaves. Phil, we're out of time. Let's see what develops between now and tomorrow. Be looking for you. All right. Thanks, Phil.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Bye. And Felix, my God, I'm talking to Felix and Felix.
What's up, fam? How you doing?
Felix doing awfully good, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as we're rolling along, we were worried. I was worried to death. I don't know about everybody else, but I was worried about Trent the whole time. And
I thought we lost him. I thought we lost him.
I did too. He's visiting. The news was coming out. I was worried about Jason Verrett. Jason Verrett was the first guy. Juice. First guy we signed was Juice. So, it's going along really nicely. I'm liking what I'm seeing. But Felix, we got some guys out there. Do you want to bring any of the ex-49ers back? Do you see any other FAs out there that you might want to add with the money we got left? Or like Phil has said, man, ain't spending no money. We're going to go through the draft from here on. Where's your mind?
So how much money we have left after we
14.
did our spending? How much we have?
14.
14?
Yeah.
Well, whoever comes, they have to take minimum wage. So let me get. I'm gonna get Hyder, and the reason why is with the track working for D Ford, he's not gonna be healthy all year. I think personally, Hyder, with him being in there, and I like the dude from the Rams. That dude is fast. Have you seen him come off the line? That dude is fast.
Yeah,
that's a good pickup. That dude is fast.
He's like a big cornerback. The dude is. You're right. His quickness. He picked off Mahomes. You know how Mahomes' release is one of the best in the league and fastest, and he's throwing bullets from the range where that dude caught that ball. It's pretty amazing stuff. But yeah, I
think with Hyder, I think we can get a safety in the draft. I like Marcel Harris too. But if we keep Hyder, we can get pressure up front. I think that will help our secondary.
Yeah.
And I want K1. Tart, not so much, because he really wasn't on the field. And this is not last year. It's been since he's been there. He really hasn't been on the field.
Yeah,
but
him and
but
Jimmy used to tag team.
I worry about K1 is he's had a lot of concussions. That's the only thing about his concussion history. So, but I like Hyder. But you know what, Ronbo, even with Ford not playing, the injuries we had on defense, our defense was still fairly good. Our defense was good. Our defense was solid.
Because it was brilliantly designed and constructed. Some of the things that they were doing toward the end of the season were impressive. I mean, that when they went and took Kyler Murray down to the dirt at 100 miles an hour, I said, good God Almighty, what have you done, Niners?
Yeah.
You guys couldn't do that year before last to save your lives, and he's hurt. Oh!
Yeah, I know. But you know what? But at the same time, too, right? But at the same time, too, like the caller said, the quarterbacks we have, and then we have DeAndre Hopkins. Now we have to deal with A.J. Green. You got to deal with Metcalf.
Yes. You know what, though?
So
we have the anti-IHOP, D-hop, should I say. I'm thinking pancakes. Jason Verrett. Yeah, he stops the hop. All game long. If he wouldn't have stopped him all game long, I'd say, well, maybe just one of them days. No, 4 quarters, that's serious. We need a big man, though. Because, man, DK ain't playing. And A.J. Green?
I think we need to build. I'm glad we got DJ Jones back. I think we just need to build our defensive line, and we can get that pressure. If Bosa can come back and that's what I'm worried about. He's coming back from a knee injury, Achilles injury. It's going to be like at least a full year before he's full strength.
You would think so, right? But he's done this before. I don't know if he could. It's a different leg. I hope. The Bosas are a different breed of human being. I really wonder if he's going to come back and be slowed down. He's already told people he's got something special coming up. So we'll see.
I hope so. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, we'll see. I think, and I want to bring Jordan Reed back. I like him.
I know.
I really did like him. I think he was very. But look here, bro. You gotta take the minimum. And you know what's so funny?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny?
What?
I read a statement. Richard Sherman talking about the market is slow because don't nobody want you, bro. You ain't top ballers, and you ain't no top corner, bro. He come back and take the minimum too.
Oh, hey, but Fix, you want him back there again because Sherm got smoked in the playoffs. I was
He got
shocked.
smoked in the Super Bowl. He got smoked in the Super Bowl, bro.
He got smoked
He just-
against Devontae. Smoked him. And
So I think, but you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at like with so many quarterbacks that are being, because okay, like so for in the draft we already know Trevor Lawrence is going first
Yep.
or whatever. But it's always something. It's always a team that they pick another player. Like, oh, why did they pick him? It's offensive tackle or this, that, and other. So I think it's a plethora of defensive players, especially maybe in the late first and in the second and the third. So listen, we got Fred Warner in the third. We got some. There's still a lot of talent. I think this year's the talent of quarterbacks.
That's right.
And because of talent of quarterbacks, I think a lot of the defensive players are being overlooked. So I think we'll be able to. I think we'll be able to do well in the draft this year.
What do you take in the first round? I mean, what position should I say?
Quarterback.
Okay. First round quarterback? All right.
I think so. And that's right. I think the Niners are going to make a trade to move up, maybe to get Fields or even Lance. But we need a
Please not
bridge
Fields.
because it's just. You don't like Fields? What?
I got to see
Ronbo,
more Fields.
I know you
I
don't.
only seen him in the championship game, and I says, "This is the guy everybody's making all this raving about." I need to watch more. I shouldn't make any conclusions on him, but I didn't.
But either him or Trey Lance. I like him too.
Right.
Even though I haven't seen a lot of him, but
Him
we're
I've
not
seen.
going to get the boy from BYU. We're not going to get Trevor Lawrence.
No.
I like Matt Jones from Alabama. I like him too. I like him.
I think Kyle would.
I think a lot of people
of all these
sleeping on
guys you
him.
mentioned, I think that's who Kyle would probably be looking at too. But fam, we're out of time. Let me see you tomorrow, Felix. We've not seen you in forever. Let's see you tomorrow if you get some chance, okay?
Okay, man. So, hey, the key word, bro, minimum wage, because that's what they're getting. So,
NFL minimum wage you can live off of. All right, fam.
yeah.
Talk to you
All
later,
right, take
Felix.
care.
You too.
All right.
Hey, D, out.
Ronbo, what's
D,
going on, brother?
man, I'm looking at like the aftermath of the free agency period, and do any of our guys make you think that? Well, no, wait a minute. Come on back. The dust is settled, and I don't want you going nowhere. Come on back. Let's go get this ring. So, Hyder, Tart, Williams, and anybody else that you see that you think could be on the menu.
Well, no, man. The person that was supposed to be on the menu was Kyle Fuller, but we got screwed
all
out
of
of
us
that
lit
one.
up on him. Everybody that knows Kyle, I was, yes, gone just that quick.
Yeah. Honestly, the only two people that I feel like we need to re-sign are K1 and Kerry. If we get those two dudes back, we can continue to keep the defense intact. I think we can move forward with probably Tarvarius Moore at safety. Just continue to coach him up, make sure everything will be cool. But the thing is the more the guys that we have that we necessarily allow to test the market are not, the longer they're not signed, the more likely it is they come back to us.
Yes.
The
I think
K1s,
that's
the
what they're doing, too.
Carries,
Let them wait
the
them out.
Tarts,
Right.
like as much as they love everything, they're going to be like, oh man, K1 left Kansas City, tested the market, nothing, so there's a lot that goes on, but it'll be a situation where
What'd you hear about the visit K1 made to Kansas City? What?
Oh, he went to Kansas City, made a visit, and he never wound up. He didn't come up with anything.
Okay.
Like, they didn't have anything.
How long
actually,
ago did that?
materialized.
How long
I think it was
did that?
I think it was Monday. Last Monday.
Okay, so I didn't know about the visit to Kansas City, but if it was that many days ago, Kansas City would have signed him by now, right? Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they definitely would have went ahead and opened their pockets. But I think the thing is we are – the beauty of everything is – and this confuses me about K1 especially. He's probably, if not the best, at least top 2 to 3 nickel cornerback in the game.
Yes.
Easily. So how is it that teams aren't scrambling to sign him?
Money.
I understand the cap is restricted, but
he's
why is Salah not poaching him?
He's asking for too much. Somebody just mentioned that. He's probably asking for too much. And he's seeing who's going to pay it.
I mean, but you can – here's the thing. You go to Salah and you say, hey, man, look, Salah, I know you got the bread. I know you got the money. Come on, baby. You know what I can do. You've been there for a couple of years. You've seen my talent. Last year was a fluke. Everybody was hurt, man. Come on. Look, man, open your pockets, open your doors. Let me get in there and make sure that don't nobody in the slot, progress because they know I'm there.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you do. And yeah, the thing is even though the salary cap is restricted, you still ask for top dollar. But if you're smart, you go to your agent and you say, hey, man, look, ask them to backload this contract. They just got these TV deals. So I know they got money. It ain't like they broke. These owners are not broke. They got money. They got other business ventures. I know they have it. Just I'll take a pay cut for this year. Tell them to give me money next year. You know what I'm saying? Parag Marate this thing so I can get some damn papers. It's just a smart thing to do. But if we had K1 and Kerry come back, I'd be perfectly fine. All season will wind up being an A+. And I don't care that Tart's gone. Let him go on somewhere else, get a bag, get his money. Like I said, the only thing I'm hurt about really is KB because I love Kendrick Bourne. I love his energy. And I'm glad that he's over there with I can tell you right now, to me, Bill Belichick is basically saying, I'm not losing anymore. Cam, I'm giving you every piece I can think of to give you a chance to win.
Bill
get your ass out here.
Up, didn't he? Oh, my God.
He's telling them, get your ass out here, earn this goddamn paycheck, get all them incentives to get your contract to where it needs to be. And then next year, you could go somewhere else and get yourself a big bag. And you will remind everybody that you're still Superman. You can still open your chest and show that S, and everybody will be fine. But as far as us, man, I mean, even without K1 and Kerry, we're still looking okay. We still have the draft to go through. I pray to God that we drafted a defensive back with the number 12 pick if we don't move up. If we move up, Ronbo, I'm with everybody else. We're drafting a quarterback. There's no reason for us to move up
otherwise, what would you be moving
up
up for?
Drafting a quarterback.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a point. If John Lynch goes in and says, hey, I'm giving you X, Y, and Z, I need to get up to this point because I see this guy is available and I don't want him going anywhere else. It's going to be a quarterback. You're not gonna move up to go ahead and I'm gonna get Panay, Sewell. Yeah, I'm not gonna go get this guy. I'm not gonna go get Slater. Any of that. Like he's not. That's not what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. But I think that's what we're doing. Yes, sir.
We're gonna find out another month. Man.
Right.
The 29th of March. We got a long way to wait. It's gonna seem like eternity. I can't wait for draft night. And there's going to be more drama going on with signing other players. I have a feeling the 49ers are going to pick at least one more free agent, somewhere between now and next Friday. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. We'll hopefully sign one more. But other than that, we should be good, Ronbo. I don't think we're going to have too many problems. Everything will be cool. Everything will be smooth. And as of right now, we're good. Like, I wish somebody would tell us we had a bad offseason. It's like, what are you talking about? We signed everybody we needed to sign.
Exactly. Like you said earlier, we need about 15 of those 40-something guys, and we'd be good. We got a few. Yeah. All right. D, we were out of time. I'm going to look for you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo. Love you, brother. Have a good evening. Everybody out there, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Remember what I always tell you. If you're in here and you're from another team, it's because your team sucks. You don't have a Ronbo. You never have a Ronbo. And you won't have a storage franchise like we do. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, and go ahead and donate some money. Like most of the idiots do from other teams.
Just so you can get the nasty statement up there. And look, Rudy.
Right.
They're running around in today like by the dozens. Good God. See you tomorrow, man.
All right, brother. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, Seuss.
Ronbo, what's up?
Hey, Seuss, man. I'm trying to figure out. Are we gonna add one more guy here? And between the three guys that I mentioned earlier, actually four now. When you think about Jordan Reed, you gotta figure Jordan's amongst the guys that you want to see come back too. So Jordan Reed, Kwaski T, the Shark, Kerry Hyder. Any of these guys, anybody you want to see come back, or anybody else out there that I mentioned earlier, or that you know of, that you'd like to see the 49ers spend a couple of bucks on?
All right, Ronbo. I'll let you know right now, but let me get on my
guys.
shout-out.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my brother Eddie E., Chad Garrison for Kobe, Josh One, J-Tan, Tommy H., Avatar, Sean Beeler, Big Heat, all the homies up in here. You know, if I missed you, my bad. You know, I'm just trying to get the show on the road. You know, but I like to bring in my boy Kerry Hyder and Jordan Reed if it's possible, both of them.
Yeah, you know, I feel bad about Kerry Hyder because he worked his ass off, and when you work hard, you should be rewarded for it. This is a cruel league. But we got guys that they think they're going to come back, probably. Like D said, although I can't imagine D Ford being ready to play, but, you know.
Yeah, you know, I like to say, you know, I like to bring my boy back, Kerry Hyder, because I feel like he was a better defensive end than Eric Armstead was.
Yeah,
you know,
Eric is not a defensive end, boy. He can set the edge for the run and things like that, but don't make him play pass rusher. Not for the edge.
Eric, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I want Eric Armstead to go from this team. Like, you know, a lot of people want Jimmy off this team, man. But personally, obviously, I'm not a Jimmy G guy, but I'm not going to go into that because, hey, you know, injuries are part of the game. Like, it just shows you that Eric Armstead's been healthy this whole time since being a Niner, and he can't get double-digit sacks.
With Eric being Eric used to have problems with getting hurt too, but this is 3 years in a row. I think Eric hasn't been hurt, which is amazing, actually. But anyway.
Exactly. So, like, hey, you know, that's good, man. I don't wish anyone to get hurt.
No,
but
it's bad luck. When that happens, it's bad luck. And every time that some players, they go into that and they come out of that. Like John Lynch said, he had injury problems early in his career. And then, for reasons unknown, he continued to be pretty healthy just about every year after. But that's the way it goes with football, you know?
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I like to say that hey, if we could bring in Kerry Hyder, why not? You know, I don't know what's the Richburg and the D4 situation, but say if we do release them in the summer, you know, are we gonna have? I could see that. Hey, we can have enough money. Honestly, I want to see our offensive line beefed up too. I want our offensive line really healthy and. I want pieces on the line and I want pieces on the defensive line. I don't think that we should go corner in the first round, but that's just me. I feel like if you have a good defensive line and you have a good pass rush, your corners will be good because the quarterbacks won't be able to get set and for them to try to throw the long ball. You know,
that's Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
You know, we do need one big corner. We need a 6'1" guy because Sherman's leaving. Jesus, we got two small guys that Phil just brought in something that kind of scares me. We do need one guy that's at least 6'1". The 4-3 is meant cover 3 is meant to have at least. You need long bodies in there. You know what's going to happen, don't you? You got Dante Johnson. You have to be forced to put him on the field whenever we play the Cardinals and the Hawks. Oh my God.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't mind trying to at least try to get a corner in the draft, you know, early on, or say we try to pick up a veteran. But honestly, if we do get Richard Sherman back, I want to see him go to free safety. And that's me. You know, I want to see him go to free safety and have, you know,
Jimmy Ward to fill in that role, as corner or Emmanuel Mosley.
Hey, Freddy Gonzalez, gracias, mi amigo. Hey, listen, if Sherm comes back, and he's not going to be a safety on this team, though. And Sherm's wondering why he can't get signed. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I understand he wants guap. I understand, and people feel like they deserve to get paid. I understand that. Right. But hey, Richard Sherman, you weren't that productive in 2020. Yeah, you were really productive in 2019, but you really think anyone's going to go back? Oh, yeah, he was really good in 2019, so let's give him all that money. It's kind of like people lose steps. People lose steps when they come back on the football field. So that's just my only concern with Jimmy G. Yeah. That's the only concern with Jimmy G. Is he gonna lose a step, or is Kyle Shanahan gonna draft the quarterback in the first round? That's just the thing that gets me wondering is that's what Kyle's gonna do.
Jimmy had a high ankle sprain last year. In 2019, Jimmy was moving fairly well. You can't really explode off a high ankle sprain. I think people should give Jimmy a chance to heal up from that ankle, and I think they'll stop worrying about his ability to move. He's not.
Well, yeah, everyone's body heals differently.
Well, but the high ankle sprain is something that probably comes back normal. A knee injury is something that takes. You get an ACL, it's going to take a couple of years. But I think high ankle sprain is not that. We're talking soft. If you have a tendon situation, it's another story. Trust me, Jimmy G, the high ankle sprain is done. He's got an offensive line now. People understand, Jimmy G's been put into a situation now with Alex Mack at center and signing Trent Williams, the right side, with Brunskill moving back to guard. Jimmy G's been put in a position now where it's going to be hard for him not to succeed. This is why I'm amused by the constant worry. It'll come into focus here shortly. But anyway, we're going to run out of time again. All right, you want to shout out your boys before we go? Because we got to go.
Man, I like to give a shout out to these damn Rams fans that are thinking that they know everything.
And hanging
That's
out.
the only thing I like to say, man. They're hanging out here thinking that they're going to take the division. When they be trading for these key players, Ronbo, and they still can't do nothing. They have Jalen Ramsey, and they still can't do anything.
And they still got to reduce some more cap.
Right, exactly. All right, brother. You have a blessed night, man.
You too, man.
And can I get a Niners?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Niners! What? Jesus. Good night, fam.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too. Terran.
What's up, Ronbo?
Terran, man, we're just sitting there reminiscing what it was like when we had the Shark, Kloski. You want to get Jordan Reed back because if you stop throwing at his shoelaces and 30 feet above his head, he's gonna be a factor. Him and George together, and Kerry Hyder, he brings you to tears when you think about his situation. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Kerry Hyder deserves another shot for sure. I mean. And I don't blame him. I think he probably is asking for a lot of money because if you look at his age, he'll be 30 before the season starts. Yep. So I think he's trying to get him. He's trying to get him one last nice payday before he retires. So, and I think he deserves it. I mean, 8.5 sacks. With no help on. I mean, we had inside pressure with Armstead and Kinlaw from time to time, but as far as he had no other edge, he had no other edge help at all.
And Terry, he missed a couple by inches. He missed a couple more.
Oh, I know.
He came close to having at least 10, for sure.
Oh, easy. He could have 10 and a half. 10, 11 sacks, easy. He was close for a couple. You're right. So yeah, I think maybe, and I think maybe offer him like a $4 million base with maybe like another 2 and 3 in incentives. Like he can say, hey, we'll give you $4 million if you get 8.5 sacks again. We'll bump it up to 6, or something like that.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair too. I mean, he's coming back to a defense he already knows, and I think D'Amico Ryans. I think he's gonna be hungry. I think he's gonna have some nice schemes going on. But yeah, and also I'm kind of agreeing with everybody else as far as the corner position, but I don't really see any good corners out there to spend any money on. I'd rather get a good corner in the draft. You know, we have 2 picks in the top 50, so even if we go somebody with like a Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky or somebody like that, you know, to free up to get to the corner. And I also think, looking at this draft, the safety class is pretty weak.
Is it?
So I don't know.
Okay.
It's pretty weak. Like, I mean, other than Mooring, I mean, you have a couple guys that maybe have some second, third round value, but I'm not reaching just to fill a need. I'd rather, you know, even if it's not Tart, maybe bring back somebody, maybe bring back like an Xavier Woods or a Carl Joseph, somebody who has some experience playing strong safety. So what do you think?
I agree, because what I don't do is I don't spend enough time looking at the college players. But if you say the safety group is kind of weak, I pretty much believe that. And we don't need to bring in no weakness in here to sit around taking up a roster spot. You know, I just, there's nothing left in the draft either. I mean, not draft, but I mean the free agencies, the free agents.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, if anything, if I would go after somebody in the secondary, somebody who has value, it may maybe be like a Dory Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
the guy
Dory.
that got cut from the Titans, he's out there still. You know,
That's
he
amazing.
visited the Giants, and I think the Eagles are going to look at him. But I haven't ever heard anything about us bringing him in for a visit. But you know, he's only 25. He's played outside corner.
Coming off his
Yeah, he plays
rookie
outside corner,
contract.
and he returns kicks.
And he's, I was just say that speed is whoa.
Yeah.
Dory can move it. So, yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think I got a question too, because I haven't really been keeping up in the last couple of days. Has Marquise Goodwin been cut yet, or we still have his 4.5 million on the books?
Marquise, it was understood when he got there. I think they hollered out the window when he's getting out of his car. Marquise, ain't no boy coming in. We're gonna get your paperwork ready and get it to you right away.
Yeah, because I heard you said we had 14 million on the books still, right, for cap space?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
well, yeah.
I was looking today, and I said for our draft, I think they said for our draft picks, we have to have at least 10.5 million to sign the rookie class.
I keep forgetting about that. When they say those numbers, I always wonder if they deducted that and said that's what they have available for free agents, and then they've already added up or allocated the funding. You can't spend that money before the draft. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you do that,
so we have to keep at least, because we have 9 picks. So I mean, who knows how many we're going to increase, if we're going to give some away, whatever the case may be. But you know, we still have Jared Maiden who's available.
Yes.
So you know,
yes,
it all depends.
yes.
So and I don't know, people keep forgetting too. We got Marlon Wamfu too that we picked up towards the end of the season.
That's right.
That strong safety, the one. So we
got
have
another
some depth, but
you're right. We got another cornerback that the 49ers don't want to talk about. They wouldn't even bring him out last year. I think he must have skills as they're hiding him. And I forgot his name. And it's not Smith, or not the other kid that tore his ACL year before last. But there's somebody.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know who you're talking. Wasn't he like on the practice squad for a while too?
Right. And they wouldn't even bring him in toward the end of the
season
season last year when he could have came in.
Yeah.
So we may have something that we're not aware of. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, so we'll see, Ronbo. Well, cool, man. Appreciate you taking my call, and I'll have my mock draft to you by Wednesday.
Good. Because Taryn is up next week. Get ready.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Taryn. Thanks, man.
All right, man. You take care, brother.
You too.
All right.
Have a great night.
All right, later.
Yeah. And let's see, we got down here. Niner by Nature says the Super Bowl is ours, Ronbo. Yes, Niners! I just wait to sing ooh la la like I've never done before after a win. Niner by Nature, thank you, fam. He said, we are drafting Horn and Asante Samuel Jr. Make that defense better than 2019. Whew. Even last year's defense, Niner by Nature, man, you know, it was really crazy how good they got toward the end of the season. It's like Robert Saleh he must have bought some new software or something, because they were looking good at the end of the year. Tony from Atlanta. We got something over here again. Oh, Robert Slavin. Thanks, Robert. He says, I'm a 49ers fan. If 49ers want to win Super Bowl, they have to get a quarterback that does not turn the ball over so much. Quarterbacks throw INTs, but not every game. 49ers. Robert. And like I tell everybody, if you think the same Jimmy G is going to be out there that you saw last season and the year before, you're going to be in for a treat. Second year in the system with an offensive line now that is most likely going to give him more time than he needs to throw. People, y'all just don't know. But you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Hey, Tony, Atlanta, my dude, come on in.
Ronbo, what's going on?
It's a scary time because everybody's, as you know, Tony, we're all on equal footing when it comes to money to spend for the most part, except for those teams that are so far below the cap that they got to get rid of everybody, including the coach. But you know what? As I look around what's left, it's pretty funny. What's the talk going on with the Falcons as far as who they want to pick up with only minutes to go before we get to the draft? Because you know what's so funny, Atlanta, Tony? Now it's like if you didn't do anything during free agency, your whole game from here on is about the draft. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I still say you remember the movie Draft Day?
Oh, I loved it with Kevin. What's his name? Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
I watched that movie at least 15 times. God, I love that movie. It's so realistic, so intense.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you?
And I tell Falcons fans, we got the golden ticket. I keep saying that. No, we should take a quarterback. No, we have the golden ticket. We need to trade down. Period. Get those picks.
Who do the Falcons? Who the Falcons fans? Who do you guys? Well, not you, because I know you want to keep with Maddie, but who's a popular favorite amongst Falcons fans for the quarterback?
Some want Justin Fields. Some want that quarterback from BYU.
Everybody wants him.
Yeah.
Wilson.
He's going to be gone, but
Wilson's going number 2 or 3.
Justin Fields is from Atlanta, which I didn't know that.
Oh,
Justin Fields is from Atlanta. I didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah. At least
I had a bad feeling about that.
Yeah, I don't. He's got a big arm. I'm told. Is that right?
Yeah, but I mean, Ohio State quarterbacks never made it in the NFL.
Why did you go to Ohio State, Justin? If you're a quarterback, the last place you want to go is Ohio State. I guess that was
Ronbo, he was at Georgia. He was at Georgia and transferred because he couldn't beat out the kid that was, I can't think of that kid's name, that was there that went to Buffalo. Jake Farmer.
Oh, Jake Farmer. I'm thinking about the big guy that's there now.
No, Jake Farmer. He couldn't beat him out, so he transferred to Ohio State.
Jake Farmer. Who's he playing for now?
Jake Farmer. He went to Buffalo.
No, not Buffalo. Josh Allen is at Buffalo right now.
Yeah, but Jake Fromm is there too. They drafted him. I can't.
He's over there on the bench.
Yeah, he had made some racial slurs or something.
Oh, one of those guys. And that knocked his stock down. Yeah. Yep. You can never apologize for that kind of thing because nobody really believes it. You said it once, and it came from the mouth and probably stemming from the heart. So, yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo drafted Jake Fromm in the 5th round in the 2020 draft.
See? And he's a better quarterback than that, right? So you got to watch him out.
Yeah,
now you become from a first or second round. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, his stock slipped because of that.
Stupid. And speaking of which, listen, Tony, I don't talk about this much because I was the first one to holler smear. 6 women? Somebody put up 12. I don't believe that. 6 women in Texas. And I thought the Texans built that up. You know what? 6 women? They could get in serious trouble for lying. They've got to all be proven to be lying, or Deshaun is in serious trouble here.
Yeah, but Deshaun seems confident. He said he's going to prove his innocence. Man, that kid was a straight A student in college.
That's what
and all the girls he could handle.
That's what I don't understand.
He even dated a porn star too, like Jimmy G did.
Listen, I don't have people need to stop getting mad about that. A lot of the guys that are complaining, including Stephen A. Smith, if they had a chance to get with that kind of talent, they would. They ain't fooling me, none.
And they probably have. It's just keeping it up low,
Just
low
like
key.
got caught.
Hey, Ronbo, have you heard from Texas Boy in a while?
No, as a matter of, he's in here now. From what production says, there he is. Did he change his name?
No, I don't know. That's a funny dude, man. And he doesn't know me. I remember one time I made a comment on I just typed in a comment about the Cowboys and Texas Boy. He responded, but WTF are you? I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious.
He is funny because, he's got Jerry Jones playing GM and owner. And as long as that's the case, they will always be making headlines for all the wrong things, So.
Oh, you mean Mr. Spotlight? That's what I call him, Mr. Spotlight.
And ain't whooping nobody, So.
Yep. He's just chasing.
Yeah.
So how you guys looking? You got your offensive line fixed. Your defensive line looks pretty good. What about your secondary?
Yeah, that's the worry, Tony. I don't know who we're going to put back there. We have two guys that are less than 6 foot tall. Sherm is running around talking about ain't no money in the league no more. Sherm, people saw what happened in the Super Bowl. They saw what happened in the playoffs. They saw you last year. The money dried up, Sherm. You may as well come on back to San Francisco and take a nice pay cut.
Yeah, because I know like all the free agents that are left, they want too much money, like the wide receivers that are available and the defensive backs. Yeah. And these teams aren't going to pay because they want too much money. That's why they're still free.
That's it. Great stuff, fam. Let me tell you, Tony, you're fam now, man, because you hang out with us too much. I got to call you fam. Tony's our Atlanta fam. Tony,
Yes,
let's
sir.
see. We'll be back tomorrow if you got time. All right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, have a good night.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy.
Too. It's funny. Cynthia says he should settle. Somebody said, look it up. He's got 12 women. Lord have mercy. If there's 12 women out there talking about how they've been abused, well, that's going to be rough to beat. He's going to need more lawyers than ever have graduated from Boston. My God. Hey, Morgan. Oh, ese mi compa puro. I can't say that word. Tornillo, mi amigo. Hey, Freddie. Gracias,
hey, how we doing, Ronbo?
Morgan, come on in, man.
What's up, man? How we doing?
We're in there concerned about the guys that if Marines say no man left behind. I'm a little concerned about mainly Kerry Hyder. I feel bad about him. He worked his butt off last year.
He did,
but he's probably not coming back. And then it's
not a lot of money to go around.
I know because they would have got, if they were going to sign him, like somebody said earlier, if they would have signed K1 and Hyder and Tart, they would have already.
Mm-hmm.
I says,
I think there's deals out there for them. They just have to sign them. It's like here's the money we can offer you. If you can find something better somewhere else, go for it. If you want to come back, go ahead, come back. But
I bet
like we already got all the guys we put on our budget. This is the number we can do for everyone else. It's just, that's the way it is this year. We want you back, but we can only give you this. So if you can get your bag, go get it. But if not,
this is what we can do.
Yeah, I think they've done that with. They probably did that with Sherman too. They probably gave him some lowball number, right? And Sherman's like, "No, I'm not taking that.
I'm Richard Sherman, man. Who are you talking to?
I'm Richard Sherman.
On,
I'm not taking." But at some point, you gotta look around and be like, maybe I'll take that.
Yeah,
because I think he can play great again. The problem is Sherman was out most of the year
with a calf strain. I've never seen anybody out with a calf strain for an entire year.
Yeah, and if he was a free agent after 2019, he got paid because he played good that year. But after this year, you don't have much on field this year.
And he's got the wrong things on film from 2019.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 54, there's Sherman.
Yeah, that was a bad way to end that.
And Sammy Watkins, that hurt him. And also against the Packers, Sherman got smoked again.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he should consider safety. I know he probably won't. He probably wants to come back to play cornerback. But I think he could be a ball hawk back there. And he's already way back there, so you don't have to worry about chasing the guy.
He's got that good sense, I know.
Yeah, he's so. The thing you love about Sherman, he's smart.
Yeah.
He's never been a fast guy. He's never been like a guy that's gonna like
keep up with speed.
he's never been that
but he
speed
can
guy.
diagnose
He's
what's
been
going to
that
happen.
yeah,
he's good
exactly.
at seeing what's
He got the
coming.
brains.
Yeah.
So I would love him as a quarterback of the defense back there. I think he would be huge. But then again, I think they're good with safe. I think they want to start Tarvaris more, and I think they want depth behind him. So maybe they'll do that in the draft. They can find a guy they like.
Depth.
Yeah. I don't think Sherman would be the starter. But I think they like Tarvaris more if they have to.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a problem with it.
I like that, Morgan. I kind of like that. Because like you're saying, we know Sherman is not going to be made a complete fool of back there, even at the safety spot, especially at the safety spot.
We're not, He's a starter. If he comes back, we're just not going to pay him like a big-time free agent because that's just not the case anymore.
We're going to see that next week. We're going to open up. You can look at your phone. They did it. Sherm's back as a safety. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. I think the only deals you're going to see from us from now are guys who are willing to take pay cuts. I don't think there's any more big splashes. No one's going to get multi-year, upwards of $8 million a year contracts. I think it's 1 year, $4 million, or 1 year, $3 million, maybe contracts. Vet minimums or like low contracts.
Yeah,
I think it's.
We still got to pay our draft picks too. I wonder if they've got that money already planned out. You can't count 14 million because in that case you don't have 14. I figure they must have the cap or the draft picks picked figured out.
I think they wait until the draft, but I think they plan on if they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo, you want to restructure him. You don't want to go into this year having it like that. I think it just
$1.
Yeah, I think it sends the wrong message, like to the team. Wait, is this guy a starter or is he? You were saying he's your guy. He's your guy. You got to show it to at some point. So I think if they keep him on the team, which I obviously think they will, I think they'll restructure unless they trade up for a quarterback, which I mean I'm against. But if they got that guy they really love, go for it.
Yeah, if there's one up there,
you got to trust the coach. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there's one up there that Kyle believes in.
You got to trust Kyle. If he thinks there's a guy up there and he trades for him, I'm not going to be upset. But I just don't think.
After the CJ debacle, I'm concerned about. Maybe you know what though? Maybe CJ just got ruined by coming in too soon. I still think that when people give me a hard time, Ronbo used to like Hoyer. Yeah, no, it's not that I liked Hoyer, but I knew CJ wasn't ready. And he came out there and he damn near killed him. He was like a crash test dummy. That's not good for him.
You don't want to put your rookie in there if you don't have to.
Yeah.
And if you're a bad team, you probably should wait. You get a veteran, let that rookie learn. It hardly ever turns out good when you put a rookie quarterback in there.
Before they're ready, especially in the NFC West. Oh my God! So and you know what? In fact, that was the only year that the Cardinals only won 2 games that year, and both of them were us.
Yeah.
It's history. We're okay.
Yeah, we're beating them from now on.
Oh God! But Morgan, great stuff as usual. I've been using that material. And I'm not against Deshaun Watson. Listen, Morgan, the rumor, I'm hearing people say, Ronbo, check it out. Research it. 12 women have now come forward.
I haven't heard that. I heard 9 is where I'm hearing.
9! I didn't even know about that.
That's where 9 and 1 even happened after, like, they brought it up to the team. Like, the lawyer brought it up to the team, I guess, a while ago. And then it happened again after that with another girl or something. But that's just what they're saying. I'm not saying. I don't know if he did it or not.
Okay.
I don't really want to.
In this case,
speculate on that. But I think they got a case. I don't think it's. I don't think there's no chance he didn't do it.
Not 12 times or 9, 12. Here's the thing: we have a lawyer lady, one of our loveliest fans, Cynthia. She says, "What he should have done was settle."
Yeah.
Can you?
Probably. But that's not going to help him get on the 49ers. I think the teams will still trade for him. But that's not going to help him go.
Morgan, how much money does it cost to settle with 9 to 12 women? That's his entire salary.
You ain't ever getting married because.
Okay. Right.
But no.
We gotta go.
What am I hearing? What am I hearing with Deshaun? Oh, I'm hearing they still want to trade him. I'm hearing they're still going to try to trade him right now.
Well, now
So
they're going to have to.
I don't think it. Yeah.
Hey,
So
now
we'll
you
see
can get him
who
for a
trades
bag of
for him. But
chips. You know?
yeah.
That market, we're going to go. Let's see you
I'm
tomorrow,
a-
okay? All right.
See you tomorrow night.
All right.
Amen.
Night, fam. I don't mean to laugh. I just can't imagine anybody getting themselves in that kind of trouble. Jesus Christ. 12 women? How you going to win that? The Me Too group is going to be anytime you trade for them, the Me Too women are going to be out in front. Y'all know damn well ain't nobody about to put up with this. Y'all went and got Deshaun? Okay. Hey, Fly Guy. Come on in, man.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy. Fly Guy, it's time now we got a few dollars to spend, and you got Jordan Reed, you got Kwaski T, you got K'Wan Williams, and Kerry Hyder. The thing is, Fly Guy, this is the kind of question I love asking you because I know you're going to have a very entertaining answer. Are any of those people guys that you would bring back?
I'm not happy with what we did so far because all we did was sign maybe three players, 4 players. That's about it.
Is that
It
right?
was like what we did there, we didn't do nothing.
I think.
You
you're
see,
right.
every team was cutting so many players.
You wanted us to cut more.
to make-
We had a lot of guys
Yeah,
that their
gotta
contract expired. We just didn't re-sign them.
We gotta let more players go. As far as like not the players that we need that's making less money, but the one that's making way more money. We don't need, like, let's say Eric Umstead. We don't need him. We could have signed Hyder for half of the price we paying Umstead.
Yeah, but they don't
We
play the
saved
same.
money.
They don't play the same position.
We been back Hyder.
Well, yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We can't
Eric?
keep Umstead. Last year he only had 2 sacks.
Eric could restructure. Yeah. I don't know how much Eric gets paid. I haven't looked at his contract. I think he gets paid a lot in 2021.
Yeah, he making 20 something, 20, close or something like
At
that.
least,
I'm not
right?
sure.
I don't
and
know.
then-
I don't know. I haven't checked into his contract.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
I know his
we have to-
overall
we
contract's
have to-
big. Yeah.
We can't be wasting money when we letting players walk. Like KB had to walk. He go good with Jimmy G. You trying to keep Jimmy G?
Yeah, I'm a miss.
That's his guy right there. Every time in the end zone, KB. But we let him walk. It's
He's a good blocker too. KB would be blocking.
Yeah.
Boy, he's good.
K1. We can't sign K1.
Never got hurt. He's a good ball player.
So many players. I'm not happy, man. Like we only signed 4 players out of the whole squad. And the money we have left, we gotta save it for the draft.
For the draft. You know
We
what?
can't find no more players.
I know we might be done.
Yeah, it's like what we did there. Like you have to. Umstead gotta go. That's 20 or something mil you save.
Well, you can't just cut him now. It's still be a cap hit, but still, Armstead's probably going to be a lot better ball player. He needs a supporting cast, and it shows it. He's got to have guys on both edges for him to excel, because they double team Armstead, it takes him out. 1-on-1, he'll win most of those matchups, but yeah.
But I would rather have Hyder than him though, because Hyder did very very well last year with nobody on the line. Like Bosa wasn't even there.
Yeah.
So why we don't bring Hyder back for maybe he want 9, 8? You don't want that much. He didn't want a few years. Like
Hyder, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's asking for. I can't imagine him making it unreasonable either. That's why,
but
I'd like to see.
Right now, nobody's signing nobody. No team signing nobody right now.
I know,
Everybody broke.
And if you want to play, because every team is saying we got everybody we really want. If you want to play, here's what we have left to offer. Take it or leave it. We can't even argue about this. You're probably right.
Yeah, right now, it's like whatever they give you, you better take it or you're going to be out of job.
Yeah. That's sad, isn't it? The NFL's down
Same thing with
to...
Sherman.
With Sherman, give him 5. Tell him come back, give him 5. Take that and show us you can play. You have a better year, and we'll upgrade you. You feel me?
You know what? The Sherm's got too old for that now. Sherm says, man, when I come out here and get hurt on this chump change, and now I can't even play no more. He only wants to play a couple more years anyway, so he wants to go out looking good and grab a few extra bucks, I think.
He just trying to rob somebody right quick. Rob him with no gun. Like, nobody going for that no more, man. They don't care. They want to see. They want to see what you can do on the field, man.
Robbing people with no gun.
They ain't gonna just throw money out. Especially they ain't got no money right now. Nobody got money.
I know.
Even Salah didn't even call Sherman. You know, Salah, he loves Sherman.
Well, he doesn't love Sherman enough to be robbed at no gunpoint.
Sherman wants 20 mil so he can retire living good.
I don't know what he's going to do.
This season is hectic, man. This season is hectic. That's all like cut. We ain't even signed Nick Mullen. How we gonna let Nick Mullen walk? Tell me that, Rumble. For under $1 million, you have a quarterback that threw over 2,500 yards in 8 games. We're gonna let him walk.
Fly guy, he might not.
You can't find no better backup. You can't find no better backup.
He may not be walking. Listen, 49ers. If the 49ers don't draft for a quarterback, Mullins and CJ will be thought. They'll be looked at. You know what I'm saying?
I believe Mullen coming back. I believe he coming back because it only makes sense to have a backup quarterback that threw over 2,500 yards, 11 touchdowns in 8 games with nothing but scrubs on the field. Nothing but scrubs. No Kittle, no Debo, no nothing. And then everybody blame him for the turnovers where we got a bad offensive line. Man, I don't know. The man got talent. I see him, bro.
He could be back. Team sign him, don't give up on him. He could be back. Like I said, if the 49ers don't go after a quarterback in this draft, and you know, Kyle, where everybody else is going, ooh, yay, over a quarterback, Kyle looks at him and yawns. So you could see Nick or CJ back. So we'll see.
Maybe if we let Umstead go, we can bring back Marlon K1 and who else we missing?
Mullins
Hyder.
Doesn't cost that much, but Hyder might. All right.
Hyder, K1, and
Black guy, we out of time. Let me see you tomorrow, okay? All right, fam. Looking forward. Always looking forward. Have a good night, Black guy. Oh my God. 90 by Nature says 12 women, question mark. The Texans was doing him a solid by covering up for all these years. You guys, do you think this has been an ongoing drama? He's done, Ronbo. 90 by Nature, thanks. If the investigation shows the Texans knew about this, they got problems. You know who was at the Saints? What team got in trouble for having a COVID situation they didn't report? Somebody lost a 6th or 7th round pick and got fined. The NFL does not put up with this kind of thing. If they find out you've been doing something wrong, they will hurt you. 9 about 8 seconds, fam. Oh, we got on the phone. We got Santana. Oh, Mr. Block Ice. You trying to do that? Mr. Block Ice. Hell, I will go with the signing of Aldon Smith. He owes us. He does, too. I do want my D to be a top 5 dominant D. It will help my offense to get things going. One love. Mr. Black Ice, that's true. Your defense is always, your offense doesn't have to work hard. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady in that Super Bowl was gifted. Tom didn't have to do anything but show up and get a couple of field goals and go home. 3 points. KC came up with 3 points with one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL. Oh, that was grisly. Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Santana, man, I'm just sitting back here and wondering. I feel like Hyder, the Shark, Kloski, Jordan, one of them we should probably try to find a wing. If you had to bring back one of those guys, or if you see any other free agent that you know about that you'd like to bring back that you know that could help solidify this team's efforts, Santana, who would it be?
It'd be, what was that corner that just got released? But I think he got signed already. I think it was Pooler.
Fuller,
His last name?
all of
Cornerback?
us wanted Fuller. Everybody that knows him, when it first came out, I couldn't wait to read. I went to Twitter. Let me retweet this, man. Fuller's available. How many of us wanted Fuller? Raise your hand when he came up available
been
2 years ago. Oh!
It would have
The
been a
Raiders got him.
lockdown corner with Jason Verrett on the other side, you know?
I think somebody said the
would've
Raiders
been-
got him.
The Raiders got him? I think it was
Somebody-
the Broncos, right?
Oh, wait,
Was it?
you're right. The
Might have been
Broncos
Broncos.
got him. He's back with Vic Fangio. Yeah. You're right. Denver got him.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we would have had that, I mean, we would have had a solid, defensive
Secondary.
back. And then not only that, you got Mosley in the bench, waiting to come in at any time.
Or playing
so
a slot
it'd
if
been
you don't
solid.
get K1.
Yeah. Kerry Hyder. I think we know what's probably going to happen in the draft. I think they're done signing people. I think they needed to sign the people they needed to sign, and I think we're going for another edge on the draft for sure, possibly a safety as well, a safety and a linebacker. Because we need another linebacker, and then to add depth to the linebacker room, and then I think Ronbo. I think we're probably not going quarterback in the first round. We're not going for Justin Fields or none of those guys. I think we might go for that quarterback from Stanford, Davis Mills.
From what people are saying about
And-
him, that might be the right move too.
Yeah, and you know what? I was watching tape on him, and he looks solid, Ronbo. He's a solid quarterback. And, I wouldn't be mad if we would get him, and it's something to look forward to, because he does look solid. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Andrew Luck, his movement sometimes, and then sometimes it reminds me of a little bit of Peyton Manning, the way he throws the ball, So we'll see,
And somebody else said Kirk Cousins in him too. Did you see that? Because I'm not watching. I saw him run.
I can see that. I can see it too. So yeah. I guess coming out of high school, he was a 5-star recruit. So, hopefully, he has physical ability. He can move too, so he can run too. So he's not
he's
super
quick.
mobile, but he's
fast.
He's pretty quick. Yeah.
He looks
Yeah,
pretty
he's fast,
physical.
so. Yeah, and then Jimmy G. I guess we're running him back with Jimmy G. Rumble. I guess.
I know that bothers everybody, but you know what? That is going to change. Jimmy G's been put into a situation now. It's going to be hard for him to fail. He's got.
I'm
Mac.
not mad about it. Like at all. But if we could trade down, if that's the case, if we could trade down, not going quarterback in the first round, if we can trade down a couple spots and maybe pick up an additional second, that'd be great for us too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Jimmy G 2021. So
Damn.
I know. You're probably happy about that, Rombo.
I know because
I
I assessed him when he first came in 2017. He has the eye of the tiger. I don't care what anybody says. Well, you know what you can also tell Santana? Remember Jimmy threw an INT? You know how some quarterbacks get down on themselves and come back and they have a series of Jimmy G comes back looking better than he did before the INT. I said, you know what? This guy, keep an eye on this. Because even Montana, some of the guys that we've had in the past, they didn't start out a house of fire. But once they got into a groove, they took off. I see that in this guy. That's why I'm saying people need to wait a minute. He's only played one full season. Let me see him one more time. And if he still does not impress, then I'll leave it alone. But I see it.
But that's the case. And if we're going to do that, then we obviously got to get a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, well, you should
so
anyway.
If that's the case, we need to move on from next year. Yeah.
Now keep
keep
some pressure on him, no matter what. You got to keep pressure on him, no matter who your quarterback is. Keep some pressure on him.
Yeah. I heard something about maybe the Niners are still interested in Deshaun Watson. I don't know how.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. When did you see that?
That I just saw it maybe like 3 hours ago.
Really?
It was like,
Send me give me the link. Because you know how they are.
Well, it's on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram right now, but it was like in a Niner profile. So
if the Niners are interested in Deshaun Watson with the litigations that are about to take place with him, no matter what, Goodell's gonna levy some kind of punishment just because. You can't let that go.
Yeah, but
No,
Go
you
ahead.
can't. It's 12. It's 12. It's 12 too. 12 girls that's come out.
Because remember,
So
they've let guys go for less. They wouldn't even put up with Ruben
Yeah.
for allegations. So if they're going to make a call and
Yeah.
give up a lot of picks for Deshaun Watson, I'm shocked.
man, but,
I don't. You
yeah,
know,
I'm shocked too. I mean,
Yeah.
when I read it, I'm shocked too. I mean, I don't know what the Niners are thinking or
you-
what their thought is, unless they know something else everybody else doesn't know.
that
you know?
all those women are lying.
So
Hey, who was the
yeah,
source though?
so it was I forgot his name, something Aaron something. I don't know. I don't know who the guy is at all.
Yeah.
But I just saw it on some
If it's
couple of
not
different
Matt Mayoko
Niners forum.
or a few other people's NFL Network,
Yeah.
don't. It's no.
Yeah.
That's one of the haters. It's not happening. There's no way Lynch and Shannon
you know
would
what?
call, especially right now.
No.
They'd wait till later if they were even
You know
going to
what-
do that.
Rumble, you know what's also odd? I haven't really seen Jimmy G post anything up. I don't know if he's been quiet lately. I don't know what's going on with that.
He rarely
But,
posts anyway, though. Yeah, he's a.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah, he rarely
okay.
posts. Jimmy's the haters are all over him. They've been all over him for a year. Jimmy should just take his social media down. He never posts. Anyway, so gentlemen, we gotta go though.
All right, Rumble.
We'll see
All right,
tomorrow.
man. You have a good
All
one.
right.
All right, man. You have a good one, man.
You
See
too.
you. Later.
Mr. Block Eye says, "Do my HBD song for moms." Happy birthday for mom Denise Price. Oh, let me do that. You know, I'm a mama's guy. You know what I'm saying? You know. Oh, happy birthday, Denise, 49 in style. Happy birthday to Denise. Happy. I birthday, Denise. I mean, happy birthday, Denise. Mr. Black Eyes, thanks for that contribution. And we move quickly to John.
Ronbo.
John, come on in, John, because when you're discussing the guys that got left behind, some of the guys that we like, you know, because a lot of guys we're not worried about, Solomon Thomas, Trent Taylor, Richie James, you know, the list goes on and up. But when you look at Kerry Hyder, K1 and Tart, these guys have played some solid roles for us. You look at Jordan Reed, you figure next year, him and George behind a new revamped offensive line and an attitude that says, yeah, we got hurt last year. Season starting off normal. Let's go, man. We're going to pick up where we screwed up last year. I mean, are any of these guys somebody you want to bring back? Or are you going to be fine? I mean, you're going to have to. But, I mean, if you had your druthers, would you bring any of these guys back?
Well, I am surprised that, you know, we have not signed them, but the league has not signed them.
Yeah,
and
right?
There has to be a reason why. And I think, as I said, you know, before the free agent, I think K1 wants a lot of money. And Robert Saleh and K1, you know, they say a lot of great things about each other.
Yeah.
Why hasn't Robert Saleh, who they have way more money than San Francisco?
Way more.
I don't know what's going on. Plus, Robert Saleh has signed other players to the Jets from other teams. He's not even reached out to the 49ers players. So there has to be a reason what he's trying to do over there. And I don't think he's trying to copy us from what I've seen from free agency with the Jets.
Hey,
so that's one thing.
John, one question. Have we tried to take anything from we haven't tried to take anything from the Jets, have we? This is like brotherly love. Saleh took all our coaches. No, I take that statement back. Saleh robbed our coaching staff. Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And then Kerry Hyder, you know, like he had a great year, and for some reason he's not signed either. And for some reason we're taking our time. And then of course Jaquaski Tart, who I said will probably not come back. Yeah. The three players who, have not signed with any teams are basically going to realize the longer they stay out there,
the cheaper they're going to be.
As we get closer, yeah.
And
that's the truth. I'm sorry, like
$6+ million. He's not going to get that now.
Yeah. So, like these players have to realize is that your market is very small. Even Richard Sherman, I'm surprised that they don't want our players. And for some reason, the players that I wanted was, Kyle Juszczyk, Trent Williams, and Jason Verrett. Those were the guys who were signed.
Yeah.
So it's so funny what the 49ers are trying to do. And I think I'm starting to realize what John Lynch is trying to do this year. And he thinks that by protecting the quarterback's blind side, whoever that's going to be, Trent Williams, you bring Alex Mack, you start to realize one thing is that Kyle Shanahan is probably like OCD about his offense.
Yeah.
And Kyle Shanahan really wants, I think this year, he really wants to make that offense work with everybody. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what John Lynch said. Hey, let's bring back our offensive guys. We did lose Kendrick Bourne, but at the end of the day, this hurts to say, but it's the reality. Like Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback for either, the short-term future or just for this year. Mm-hmm. There was an article that came out on Friday night that said the belief in Jimmy Garoppolo in that facility is much greater than the fans believe. But at the same time, the article really goes into details that he's auditioning for what happens after the following season. And I hope Jimmy, read that article, and hopefully he could really, really understand. This is your last opportunity, Jimmy, and no other team, not even New England, was able to get you. So the fewer options. So basically, we're stuck with them. I do believe that they should draft a quarterback because you do need, like John Lynch says, a backup person. It doesn't matter, a backup
and a talented, in case
he falls down.
Talented backup. I want somebody to come in there that can challenge him for that job as early as next year. See, people misunderstand me. I like Jimmy because I think he's the best man for the job. But if you get a guy that can beat him out from the draft and ain't going to cost a fortune, get him in here. And for nothing else, it keeps a fire built under Jimmy, and that's the way it works. Your players are going to play better if they know the job is up in the air, especially within a house. So.
Yep. So at the end of the day, I would like K1 back. I would like Hyder back. I would like Jaquiski Tartt back. But I think Jaquiski Tartt is not coming back. K1 Williams is a 50-50. But I would like Hyder back because we do have to have depth on that defensive line.
Yes.
Look what happened last year. It's always good to have extra players to come in and be ready. And Hyder proved that he succeeded with the defensive line coach because they go back to Detroit, and there's a reason why.
Because
he really played really well. Yeah. Yep.
So we're going to find out because Ibukum, I like him, but I don't know. Hyder is like such a beast. I'd like to see what he looks like with Nick on the other side, Eric in the inside. I think Hyder would be like Grizzly. Now, you cannot double team him. You can't even think about double teaming Hyder now. Here he comes, unmolested. Oh, my goodness. Him and Nick will be sharing meat like wolves when they're tearing things apart and the alpha starts growling at the other one to get off. Nick is a big growl and it Kerry. Oh, take him. Oh, I love this team. But John, let's see you tomorrow, all right?
All right, Ronbo, I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe to this guy's channel. He's the best guy, talks 49er football. Screw Cohen and everybody else who are dumb. And Rumbo's the man. I'll see you later, Ronbo. Niners
John.
All day.
Have a good night, fam. There he goes. He'll be back tomorrow. Looking forward. And share.
What's up, Ronbo?
Say, man, I'm just in here singing happy birthday, man. Is your mom's birthday coming up soon, man? Because I feel like Marky Wahlberg. So say hello to your mama for me. Actually, when people people say that in the chat, it's not a good thing. Anyway, but Shay, man, you got we got them 4 guys I've been talking about, man. Shay, do we need to just sit pat now on the money and just go ahead and see what we can do with Fred? Or do you like any of these guys you want to see come back?
I'm pretty sure like Tart, Hyder, Williams. I think they've got offers to them, probably offers that they don't really like. That's why they haven't really taken one. So I'm pretty sure they're still negotiating and talking with teams. But yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't mind Hyder back or Tart or K1, any of them. I know K1's going to go see the Chiefs on Tuesday.
Oh.
I guess he's flying out of Kansas City.
Damn.
So we'll see what happens with that. But, I mean, yeah, there's still a bunch of talent out there. I mean, you still got, like, good edge talent. Justin Houston's still out there. He's going to be a vet. You could try to get him for a vet minimum. I mean, he had, like, 8 sacks. Ryan Kerrigan had 8 sacks. He's still out there. So there's still a lot of talent out there that's left to be picked up. But, yeah, as far as, like, big contracts, I think the Niners are done for that. I mean, I think everybody's speculating around $14 million in salary cap.
Yeah.
Which, you need about 9 to 10 to sign your your draft pick. So majority of that, obviously, the rest of whatever remaining we have is going to go to the draft, signing all the draft prospects. So no, I mean, I think the Niners are still going to make a couple more moves, but again, we're just seeing where everybody signs or whatever the 49ers offered, and if they want to come back to that or what. So. But I mean, I'm focused. I'm now more focused on the draft and what the 49ers need to do in the draft and who we're drafting and stuff like that. So, but shout out to Lee. He had a good draft. I like his draft.
Shay didn't. Yes. Shay, I didn't get back to your email. Not your email, but on Twitter. Yes, that's right. Okay, I'll immediately. I'm going to do that after to respond to that. Okay.
Yeah, if it's easy for me to do the email, Ronbo, you could just email me. I sent it to you, and I check my email every day. If that's better.
Do I have you? Are you Shay in the email?
Because I know you don't be really looking in the DMs. I know you be arguing with people on Twitter.
Shay, don't expose me. People get mad about that. Sometimes I'd rather.
Good night to my Jimmy G faithfuls, my Jimmy G haters, from the bedpost fight.
And still haven't answered Shay's mail. I mean, DM. Shay's probably said, "Man, this dude in here." Kissing up to all his fun folks and ain't told me nothing yet.
It's all good, Ronbo.
I'm going to do both. I'm going to do email. First, I'm going to check out Twitter, and I'm going to go to find your email because I want to keep that anyway. Shay, you're Shay Lewis in your email as well, right? So when if I search?
Yes, Ronbo.
Okay.
That's me. Yep.
All right.
So, but no, Ronbo, yeah, I mean, I feel like the Niners are still going to make a couple more moves. And I think wherever K1 happens, I think we will probably sign a better slot corner than just bringing back Jamar Taylor. There's still guys out there. Mike Hilton is another option. So I mean, there's still like I said, there's still the top talent is finally gone, and now there's just a bunch of middle tier talent that teams can pick for and try to get on cheap, mercenary contract type deals like minimums, the bare minimum, like a vet minimum or something like that. So.
Because getting signed now is a bad thing. If you didn't get signed before now you're at the mercy of every owner out there. All right, so if I don't sign you, you ain't gonna have no job. Yeah.
Because Ronbo, because everybody's looking at it. Well, it's like, listen, everybody has 185 on the cap, and everybody's already signed their star players. So I mean, unless you're not going to play this upcoming season, you wouldn't sign a team, but you're going to get whatever they offer you. Like every team's probably offering around the same. That's why these guys are just trying to have their agents. Work out maybe a little bit more guaranteed money here,
incentives or something.
Maybe a little, a little better incentives here. So, it's like I said, because of the down cap year, it's going to be, it absolutely is, Ronbo. But we'll see. I mean, I'm happy. I'm excited. Like I said, I gave us an A because we retained all our guys. I mean, the offensive line is going to be substantially better than last year, without a doubt. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, having Alex Mack be that anchor piece. He knows the offense. He's going to be commanding the O-line when he's looking at blitzes, helping Jimmy and pass protection for coveraging for, blitzing. It won't be on, Jimmy to make audibles. Alex Mack can make some good audibles at the line, and then obviously re-signing big Trent, man. I mean, having Trent back is just makes everything a lot easier for us in the draft.
Just serving up pancakes like he's at IHOP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I know we got to go, Ronbo. God bless you, sir. Shout out to all my guys, Trey, my team brothers, J Run, J10, Rome, Cali, Bill, all my guys, Will, Sala, Bill, Will. Right? All right, Ronbo. And then, my other guys, Lee, all them guys, good job on his drafting.
Yeah.
Like I said. But all right, Ronbo, we'll figure that out and we'll get to it. But shout out to production. And shout out to you, Brother Rumble. We'll see you Monday Night Raw.
Thanks. And where's Brother Ryan? Yeah, he hasn't called in a long time.
Oh yeah, I don't know. He's been working. I know he's been working. Very family man with his kids and stuff like that. So, but I'm trying to get him back here because I know he's been calling and stuff.
Well, tell him I
said
hey.
Rumble.
All right.
I will, Rumble. He knows I be telling him you be thinking about him. But all right, Rumble. God bless you and go Niners, Rumble.
All right, fam.
Take it easy.
All right, Shay. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Hey, Steven.
Ronbo, how you doing?
Steven, doing all right, because, I think that we've got things going in the right direction. Now, after the draft, are we going to be happier or are we going to be the same? And in the meantime, what about those poor guys that got left behind? I call them poor guys because, I know these guys get paid in the millions of dollars. But the thing is, when you look at Jordan Reed and Kwaski T and K'Wan Williams and Kerry Hyder, these guys are now in a position now where they've been the guys that were left behind. They're at the mercy at the NFL. And are the 49ers going to leave all our guys hanging? Because they could probably bring all four back. I don't know what's going on with K1. K1's probably going to get a deal. But the other three guys, they're going to be sitting there, and it's like draft night and maybe after. And the 49ers say, so are you playing this year? Come on, coach. You know I am. I mean, I want to. Okay, well, come on in. Let's talk. And then they come in, and they see this $2.99 offer. I kind of feel bad about that, but I think that's what's getting ready to happen, Steven. Do you see any of our guys that you bring back and treat them better than that?
I can see them bringing back Kerry Hyder, and I can see them bringing back K1 if K1 doesn't sign with OKC. Not OKC, but Kansas City. I mean, I got my teams confused. But honestly, I can see
Las
those two
Vegas
coming back. I love Kwaski. I've always vouched for him, even outside of the phone or our phone calls. But he hasn't produced in a cool minute. The last time he did anything serious was during the Super Bowl. And that was the last time we ever heard Kwaski's name ever. That was the last time he ever popped up on the reel or anything like that. So I could see Kwaski walking, but if we end up keeping him, he's going to have to take a low ball offer. Same thing with Kerry Hyder. Ooh. Same thing with K1. And if they're all about their money right now, which is kind of dumb because, a lot of the players, a lot of NFL teams don't have that much cap space other than the Jets, then, and they don't want to go there. They don't want to go over to the New York Jets because why would anyone go to the New York Jets? Even during rebuild, I wouldn't even want to be there. The potential could be there, but at the same time, you also have to remember that Robert Saleh is a great defensive coach. We don't know what he's going to do offensively. We don't know how he's going to do all around. We could.
Steven? Steven got
hardly any offense.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I agree. I don't know that. I just hope those guys don't have so much ego that they would sit out a year because they're not happy with what's being offered them and they're going to wait till next year and try again. If you take a year off, that's not going to be good for your stock either. So they're pretty much at the mercy of somebody. You want to play for Jacksonville. You know what I wonder though, Steven? Those teams that do have money.
It would make us feel better. But, the big talk right now is 49 posted a news article saying that the 49ers are still interested in Deshaun Watson.
I heard about that. This is like a joke. Who put that up there? The 49ers would never expose themselves in that fashion. So you guys need to take that with a grain of salt. There's no way in hell the 49ers, John Lynch would never expose himself like that, especially at this hour while Deshaun Watson's got double-digit women accusing him of a crime. No way. Steven? That must have been Steven? He lost his phone anyway. That production just left me. I have no idea what's going on. But, yeah, that article, I got to see this. And why would the 49ers, at this particular moment, decide to speak out on this? And we all know, when the 49ers are making deals, you don't know about it. And all of a sudden now, he's going to change it up and start going public with the fact that we're going after Deshaun Watson. That is such a joke. So check the source. If it's not Matt Mayoko, and tomorrow you can probably already see the article that came out yesterday. If it's not Mayoko, there's a couple other articles, or people that are pretty much Rappaport, any of those guys. No. I know haters say, Ronbo, man, you still want Deshaun Watson. I'm just saying, I know the 49ers. They're not going to call a hotbed and say we want this guy. It's never going to happen. So anyway, I got to get production back in here. I don't know what's going on. They just ran off and left me. But anyway, I also...
Ronbo, sorry about that.
No, there you are.
Sorry about that, but yes. So a lot of women came out. The attorney has confronted the Texans about it previously before all the allegations really came to light. Yeah. And the Texans have been just kind of like being hush-hush about it. So, really? And they have evidence now. That's another thing. They have evidence. The attorneys have evidence against Deshaun Watson. So now it's kind of looking like he might have done it. He might not have done it. I'm a firm believer of innocent until proven guilty.
Until proven guilty, yeah.
But for 12 women to show up, it's kind of like this man's got a wall to climb.
How
he's got a very big uphill battle. I mean, and it's a shocker for everybody.
Damn.
And the whole COVID-19, my masseuse got canceled because of COVID-19. That doesn't look good on paper. It doesn't look good on paper. Hey, it doesn't look good on online.
So I just realized something. All these events took place in 2020 when COVID was raging. Yeah. How did he get? I thought those shops were closed.
Ronbo, the shops have their ways. Put it like that.
So you can tell I'm an innocent guy. I can't imagine. I've never.
Apparently, he's been looking for.
You couldn't even get a haircut.
COVID-19 shut down here. Yeah, it's for real. I went an entire year without getting a haircut. I had hair going down, but no, beneath my shoulders. So his case is kind of bad, Ronbo. We're talking something bigger than Aaron Hernandez, Michael Vick, or OJ. It's bad.
Somebody had women up to 22. Wow. Anyway, Stephen was gone for a minute. Stephen, really quickly, can you add something else? Because you were gone for like 2 minutes while I was trying to pan until you got back.
Oh, yeah. So, basically what I was saying that if we got a chance to sign Kalen Williams, Quaski Tart, and Kerry Hyder, it would add so much more depth, but they would have to take such a big pay cut, Ronbo. It would be laughable. They would probably be the cheapest players on that team next to the kicker.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
It would. Can you imagine? It would be crazy, but it would show that love for how much these players love the organization of the 49ers. It would show.
And they need to stay in the league. You can't. They cannot afford to sit out a season though. Otherwise, you can't keep yourself on the market for next year. They have to play this year. Anybody that doesn't get a chance to play this year, it really will screw them up. But Stephen, go because we got to go. Let me see you tomorrow though. All right.
All right, Rob. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, fam. Night.
Good night.
Yeah. Mr. Blackeye says you're a wide receiver replacement for KB. Or wait, after draft. We still got a couple of guys. What's the guy's name from the Chargers? He's still with us. The COVID guy from last year. So actually, we have a guy that could play the slot. I guess they could always lowball Richie. Richie not awful in the slot. Hey, it's Coach. Coach can shed some light on this. Coach, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Hey, I'm sitting back here. It's fun to watch this drama unfold. This is what life's all about. And people say, Ronbo, man, if your life is all about football. Coach, you and I both know there's nothing wrong with your life being about football. You being a coach, football can exhume. I mean, you can't, you have your life, but football is
it's life.
It is.
It is life.
But we're looking at guys that are. And speaking of, we're looking at guys whose lives are going to be dramatically affected this year if they don't get a place to play. What are you thinking here as far as some of those poor guys getting left behind, or look like they appear to be?
Well, I'm thinking more like, because I'm looking and what these guys could be asking for out of the market. Most of them are, Hyder, okay, let's just take a step back here and be realistic, okay? He's an 8-sack part-time defensive end.
Had his biggest year. Yeah.
He's not a 10-sack guy. He's not a 12-sack. He's not a 15-sack guy. All right? So he's not going to get top dollar, period. He's going to get offers probably around $3 million, $3.5, maybe $4. He may not like it. But when you look at like Blair was at 2.3 million. And he was established. He was, he got a couple of seasons there where he got 5, 6 sacks.
True.
So he's not going to, now coming off the injury, Blair's in trouble. He knows, but I guess they didn't offer him a contract. So my suspicion there is he's not healthy. Yeah, I think he's not healthy. That's why. But again, back to Hyder, though. Hyder and some of our other vets like K1 and them. K1, again, he didn't stay healthy. Every year he's been hurt and missed at least a few games. Doesn't mean his value is going to drop too much, but as a slot corner, playing the nickel, he's not sitting at right now. Where was his salary last year? Was 2.9, almost $3 million there too. So he might get a $3 million offer somewhere, but or $4. But it depends on the team and whether he wants to go to that market. And like you said,
Coach, about him though, he does so much more than just play. This guy, he's the guy, Coach, that you release out there to make his own decisions. I know you had players like that before. You don't. You put a leash on those guys, and he used to make things happen. He's so much more than just a slot recover man. So 4 is probably should be the bottom of the floor for him. But
we still have some room there for some guys on money wise. Okay, we're not broke.
Yeah.
So there is money there. So K1 might be a guy that we say, okay, he needs to come back. We need that guy. So let's give him, let's sit down with him at least after he gets his offers and see what he's getting, and then see if we can't come to a middle ground. So I think that could happen. I think the same thing can happen with Hyder too. The other thing was, I know Ansa and some of these other guys are gone. They're not coming back, I'm sure. Jordan Reed, I don't think Jordan Reed's going to come back. Really don't, because, I think he's going to say, hey, I made some plays last year. Yeah, I got the injury, but I made some plays.
I'm capable.
I'm obviously back to my old form, so I think I'm worth, such and such on the market. Niners are going to say, okay, we'll go see what you're worth.
Yeah.
Well, they will. Yeah, I would if I was GM. I'd say, okay, that's great. Reed, I totally with you. You could be worth a lot. Let's go find out, and then we'll talk if you don't like what you hear. And then, see where it goes.
Coach, you're playing actually poker, because the fact of the matter is, if Jordan Reed was going to get paid more, he would have already gotten an offer by now, last week to be exact. So the 49ers would know exactly what they're doing if they sent him out to hunt. So, yeah.
It just seems like something we do. The 49ers here,
Yep.
We know because we got our finger on the pulse. We know how they've been acting. Every year somebody says, Jimmy G is going to be replaced, and he never is. Okay.
And
last year,
numerous opportunities. Yes.
Yeah, everybody was saying we got to get Brady. We got to get Brady, and there were some of those Cousins. I think they're talking about Cousins. And then some guys were saying, "Oh, Dak Prescott, he's not getting signed. Let's bring him in."
Kyle hates Jimmy. He wants to get this guy anyway. And
so
don't forget
Darnold. I don't buy into any of that.
Darnold. 3 other guys too. Stafford, Wentz. Anybody that can play quarterback.
Right. And Stafford, I look at guys and I say, okay, what have they done? what have they won? Okay, Brady's the only guy that had any 10 and really did anything.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them were all just, one playoff game here or there, and they didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to go with guys that are. I mean, Jimmy took us to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a quarterback you can bring in that's better than that, okay, let's take a look at him.
Mm-hmm. Coach, the argument there is that Jimmy had nothing to do with it. This is the one that gets me all fired up. And people ask me why I overreact. I said, you know what? How do you go 13 or 14 wins and the quarterback didn't have anything to do with it? That just eats me up. So,
Well, he did because we saw him in that game against New Orleans, and he went blow for blow with Drew Brees.
And the Rams don't want to play Jimmy any more than necessary. And the Cardinals also got, it's just, God,
it gets frustrating, right?
He just draws a lot of unnecessary shots. And he's not going to say anything. That's not the way he is.
But one thing I'll say this, okay? And I've said this in the chat several times, okay? To try to tell people, hey, the game is won up front. I don't care who the quarterback is. If you don't have an offensive line that can block, especially the guys in the middle, the center and the guards.
Mm-hmm. Okay?
Quarterbacks. But also you need that left tackle as well.
Yeah.
If those guys aren't solid, your quarterback is not going to have time to throw. He's going to get hit. I mean, Jimmy, I think watching him play, he's been hit proportionately probably more. And you look at our other quarterbacks, too. They got killed. They got creamed.
Both of them got hurt.
So that's offensive line, right?
And, Coach, and look at Mahomes. Isn't he one of the best in the league, if not the best? He was on his horse. He was on his horse the whole time during the Super Bowl. I mean, they were
even before that. He got a concussion 2 weeks before, right?
So, give it a rest.
I mean, he wasn't the MVP of that Super Bowl we played him in either. He was that defense.
They came after us in the fourth quarter, and we couldn't get anything done. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank Lee for his draft. The thing about him is, even though I don't agree with all his picks, I agree he did the research. You know what I mean, on all his guys. That's something he's really improved in.
Him and Tony, these guys,
they're
Tony encyclopedic when it comes to college players. So, because we're going to have to go, we're going to run out of time here. Let's see you more often, Coach.
Yeah, I'll come back here when I can. I'm having some health issues right now, so I'll do what I can when I can.
I hope that gets better quickly. All right.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be back tomorrow.
See the doctor this week, so we'll see.
Okay, he should have good news. All right. All right, Coach.
All right, my man.
All right.
Take care.
You
have a good night. Thank you for all you do. Love this
chat.
Coach. And love your podcast. So take care.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate it. All right.
Take care.
Have a great night,
bye.
Coach.
You too.
All right.
Okay, bye.
And I see, just in time, he says, last time I checked, Watson isn't on the 49ers, or did I miss something? Jimmy G is our quarterback. Get used to it. Come week one, Jimmy G will be out there. Justin, listen, we need to take a little time for sympathy for Deshaun. Edward DeDeals put it perfectly. He says,
other managers, he complained about his wife.
Edward DeDeals put it perfectly by saying, Watson has an awful offensive line. You guys should appreciate him getting a massage on occasion. We can't start doing? We can't start making Deshaun Watson jokes. Let's not be mean. That was awful. Renzo. God, here's a look at Renzo.
What's the deal there,
Renzo, man. Renzo. Renzo singing ooh la la. Renzo, we can't sing ooh la la. We're not winning any games yet. We got to wait. Renzo, you got a lot. Are you at work?
I'm saying that, that's the wind blowing these doors, man. It's like
hurricane
in North Florida right now. Bro, the wind is like crazy.
Trey, put your phone in front of you and turn your back to the wind because it's drowning you out.
You hear me? I'm inside.
Yeah, a little better. Well, you're in what?
Yeah.
It sounds like you're skydiving.
I'm inside the warehouse.
Oh, okay. And so, I mean, we got guys that are looking for a job. I feel bad for K1. Not K1, because I think K1's going to find a spot. He's going to Kansas City. I don't want him playing there, but, you ain't got to – Kerry Hyder had played his heart out last year and may not get rewarded for that, and that's just the way it goes in the NFL. And then you got Kwaski T. And you got Jordan Reed, and I think these guys would like to play for the 49ers because they may have got some lowball offers already, but they say, well, I'm going to get lowball. I'm going to go back to San Francisco. So, Rizzo, what do you think?
Go.
Yeah.
Man, listen. Bring Kerry back. Kerry do his thing when he's on the line. Bring Kerry back home. Now, the rest of those guys, if you the type of person get hurt, I can't pay you to sit on the sideline and be coaching. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way their salary cap is. You got to be in there.
Yeah.
One eye, one leg, whatever, you got to play.
Yeah. $80 million sitting on the bench is not cool. I agree.
Yeah. K1, he does his thing, though, but like they say, man, dudes get hurt. But he need to do one of what's a Verrett deal, like, yo, bet on yourself, bro. You know?
Yeah. Good idea.
Plus, you know, the cap going up.
And the 49ers will bite on that.
Yeah. The cap's going up next year. You ball out, hey, you going to get paid next year. Might as well try to win a ring while you're at it, you know?
Agreed. You know, Deshaun bet on himself, got paid. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, but
Hyder should say the same thing. If I play X amount of games and I pick up X amount of sacks, how much? You know, if we're not going to bite.
Incentives is the best. Pay the best. That's when you make up the rest of your money. But Sherm need to sit it down because Sherm, you know what I'm saying, he's a good player, but them days is over with the Legion of Boom days for you, bro. It's over.
Yeah,
you know?
Sherm can't expect a big payday.
Yeah. But like they say, when you get to be 30, up there in my age, I'm 37, you know, you trying to cash out. Cause, you know,
and that's, you're right. That's exactly what they're doing. Yep.
Yeah. Because, hey, football is a brutal sport, so they trying to get paid for all of wear and tear for the body. So I can't blame them, you know. But in that draft, though, we need to, if we're going in that secondary, we need to get some people, some playmakers that's going to turn the ball over. I don't need no defender that's just like, going to bat the ball down. I need some interceptions and some fumbles, you know.
I know, right? Because I want to see something brought back more often. Because Fred was out there but Fred's doing that from a linebacker position. I need my corners and safeties to do that on occasion. You're right. I want to see more of that this year. I agree.
Right. And two, that 19 team we had on the defensive line, some people, you know what I'm saying, they gel together as a unit. Like Aaron Donald, he's just a freak of nature. He can work the game by himself. People benefit from him and he still get off. But everybody's not like that. So we can't look for, you know, like Eric Armstead to be no Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? He's playing his role. He's doing what he do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to take it for what it is.
Right. Well, they should, you know, Renzo, I got to tell you, man, one thing that's going to be funny watching the 49ers are going to be fired up this year. They got embarrassed last year. They were hurt.
Yeah.
And they know they're a better team than what they had last year. So, you know, it's going to be fun to watch them be pumped up this year.
Right. And with that being said, if we're going to bring in, like they said, we're going to get rid of Jimmy or we're going to stick with him, we can't afford to experiment now because we done been to the Super Bowl and we see how all these people coming up for contracts, you know, so we got to win now. You got to make it count.
Yep.
You got to make it count. So if you're gonna trade for a quarterback that you think is better than Jimmy, hey, you got it.
Yeah.
Like all that learning Shanahan system and one, hey, Shanahan, you got to make it work. Scheme around him for him or whatever you got to do. Because we can't go back to experiment. We passed that phase.
And also, you got a solid nucleus now of guys that know what Shanahan's cooking. This, if nothing else, is one of the most important things about playing for Kyle Shanahan. His system, it takes too long for people to become efficient. So, you know, we're going to see what happens this year. We're going to have to wait till that weather changes. Renzo, let me see it about. Because now it sounds like the dentist is bearing down on you.
Hey, man. Ronbo, it's so windy up here. I'm surprised the Jaguar Stadium is still standing, Ronbo. It's crazy.
It's that bad?
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you be careful.
Yeah, we getting crazy weather. Oh, I'm inside. I bunker down.
You're inside? Man, the people
Yeah, I'm
outside
inside
must
the
be like
warehouse.
just gliding by the windows. Rizzo, be careful, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully things have calmed down a little bit and see if we can talk, okay?
All right, man. Be safe, bro.
You too. All right, Rizzo.
Good night. Bye.
Oh, God, Rizzo's. Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, you know, we got guys that we could bring back, and there's other guys that could bring back. I'm wondering if the 49ers are done, or are they going to wait till these people come back and say, man, I got offered $3.50, man, an hour. I ain't. What you got for me, man? So, you know, it's rough. I would be so, if the free agency time came and went and I'm sitting there, hey, Ronbo, man, you get signed yet? Man, don't be in my business, man. Do I ask you about whether you know, I can see me now. I'd be getting all defensive because everybody would know I hadn't been signed, right? So now you got to go in and take any lowball offer that a team offers you, or else you ain't going to play this year. The NFL is rough this year. Man, but would you bring any of them guys back?
I mean, you know what? The only really one I really want back is anything is Hyder. I mean, it was more for a backup just for the line. I feel like as some of the other callers said, it was he's more if Bosa was there, I don't think he would have got no playing time really. So it's just more for depth than anything. That's it. Hyder's a pretty good guy, especially if we need him or give one of the other guys less or just rotation. And that, I don't really care for anybody else because K1's replaceable, Hyder's replaceable. So that's why these guys are not getting signed, because most of them are replaceable. I think that's why we got Mbuka. What's that? Mbuka. That's what we got him for.
I know what you're talking about.
To replace Hyder. So he's a lot faster than Hyder. There was times when we had Hyder, and Hyder would be close to getting the sack and wouldn't get the sack.
You're
so
right.
I guess he's supposed to.
Yeah.
So I guess he's to replace Hyder if that's the case.
You're right. Ibukim that just ruined Hyder's chances, didn't it? That's true. They're going to use him in the same
if Hyder
role.
comes back, if Hyder comes back, he's going to get low ball. That's like when Alex Smith left and then nobody signed him, and then he came back to the Niners, and the Niners lowballed him. So it's the same thing. So you're going to want to play, take what we give you, or go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And eventually these guys say, well, I want to keep playing, and maybe I can prove myself the following year, then get paid. Or try to
you got better than yourself.
Somebody else.
And you got no choice, Emilio. It's either that or sit down. So
yeah, that too. Yeah. No, I know you guys want to get played and want to get paid. So
we still need a big man. We need a bigger cornerback. Emilio, cornerbacks coming out of the draft usually struggle their first year. Every now and then you find one that does okay. We need a big guy to help us with the NFC West. I'm a little worried about the draft. As far as the cornerback.
I know. Mostly for the draft is one of 3 things I really want. We already addressed the line, so offensive line, that's kind of the way. Maybe we can get another D-line for more depth, and then it's corner. I think either corner or quarterback is just one of the major things we need. We need somebody to really pick up Jimmy, or we need a corner down.
And you don't know who Kyle's looking at. Kyle's obviously come up with somebody. We have no idea if he does pick up a quarterback. It most likely, if I had to bet, knowing Kyle, there's no way Kyle sees a first-round pick worthy of that first pick, right? Of that first round. That's just the way they think. Him and John think like that. So they could get one maybe in the second round at the earliest, but who would that be? Who does Kyle like?
At this point, it's kind of... At this point, since we already got everything we already got, at this point, it's just getting best player available. Mm-hmm. It's not needs anymore. So at this point, it's just whatever best player is at 12. If we can't get the best player, or that's not what they're looking for, most likely they will trade back. So at this point in the draft, we literally get the best player available.
I'm glad you asked that, Amelia, because you said that. Because, okay, Slater, what's the Aziz? Say Slater, Aziz. And then all for some bizarre reason, you got Pitts at number 12 as well. Now what do you do?
Yeah, no, I see it. He's not a bad tight end. That would actually be good if what's that? Reed doesn't come back also.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'd be another thing to get him for cheap. So you're not like it's a lot of these guys I would like to see Reed back. You know, so it's just Reed and Hyder mostly, but it looks like these guys are gonna either you get what you take, you either get what we're giving you, or
say good night.
You just ride it out and don't play or wait till somebody signs you guys. So because I think that's what they're doing with Reed, either because you know he didn't really do too much. I mean, he did help from time to time, but at this point, it's just like, dude. If you want to play with the team, and if nobody's paying you, take what you get. Basically, take what we're giving you and come in with the team.
Mm-hmm. And that's that. Walks out of the office, closes the door, says, "Thank you very much." Because those guys want to play, and at their ages, it's too late to take a year off. So he'll play for us, and he'll play for the same amount of money. Hyder will play for the same amount of money as he played last year. 49ers aren't going to turn him away because he isn't a good enough football player to be on this team. He knows the system. Kasuric works well with him. But he won't.
No, that's what I'm saying. If he really wants to come back, he'll take it. Like I said, it's the same scenario with Alex Smith when he was like, you know what, I'm going to go test free agency, and nobody signed him. And then that's when he came, like, you know, now you get less. But at least he got offered something. But at this point, it'll be like, you get what I give you.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's rough out there. I really feel bad for these guys. And as I say, especially Hyder worked so hard for this payday.
Yeah. No, so, yeah. I don't know. At this point, I just want to wait it out because, like I said, there's only two other players I want on this team, and other than that, Fuller already got signed, and that one corner, the other Fuller from the corner I wanted to is all signed. So at this point, it's just wait it out, see what happens, if they're going to sign anybody else, and see what we do in the draft. At this point, I'm just like wait and see moment.
Yeah, that's all we can do now. Well, but Emilio, there's going to be some developments tomorrow anyway, so we're going to see what happens. And everybody say a prayer. Remember to say a prayer tonight for Deshaun Watson.
you know what? At that point, you talking about don't make jokes. It's kind of funny because you know, and it's weird because Ben went through the same thing, but with Ben it was 7 women, and then they dropped the charges. So I don't know. Some of this shit is real.
Maybe that's gonna happen.
It's real. It's not. But you don't know what can happen.
But they're making such a joke out of it. 22 women? Are they? Somebody just throwing these numbers up? Somebody said 9, 12, 22. Then somebody says, the Texans have actually been aware of this for a while. They just kept that stuff under wraps. Deshaun has an addiction. An addiction to what? Parlors?
Hey, man. Hey, man, like I said, hey, man, you won't believe what people are into.
I know.
The weirdest shit
Surprise.
You just imagine. So, it is what it is. Whatever gets your rocks off, buddy, hey, that's all to you. Can't knock it to you.
God. Emilio, you did not say that.
That's your business. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Hey, at this point in 2021, anything's possible. Anybody's into anything. So, hey. I just know I'm old-fashioned, but hey, that's you.
You can't even get into a movie theater, but you can get into a parlor. Anyway, Emilio, let me see you tomorrow, Pep, if you get a chance.
Well, you realize he's got money, so people will say, "Oh, we'll open up for you. Don't worry about it."
Emilio, see you tomorrow. Night, fam.
All right, man. You too. All right, have a good one.
You too. Anyway, hey, Elvis. Elvis. But look, everybody's coming up with news out. Frank Barbieri says Kaepernick also had allegations in Florida, but they wanted money. It's like Cynthia said earlier, you got to settle before these people start talking. Don't tell them no. Then scandals. Ellis, man. Ellis, do you see any of the guys? And tonight, I got a bleeding heart for Kerry Hyder. K'Waun Williams, I feel like he needs to get paid. He's done too much. He's at the age now where the boy has proven that he's like a huge asset. Kwasky T, I don't know what to think about. Kwasky needs to come in and do the same thing as Jason Verrett did. And say, listen, I know y'all don't trust me, but I'm going to bet on myself. Now let's make this deal here. If I do this, and this, and then how about that? Y'all don't lose any money. You gain a good football player that got it done, and I get something in return. If I'm Kowalski, that's what I do. And Jordan Reed, I don't know what to think about that. But Ellis, your feeling on these matters?
Man, I mean, Jordan Reed's not a bad tight end either.
Very good.
If he could have just got the ball, to him a little more, he could have did a little bit more. And but as far as the secondary, if I had a choice, I would get Kerry and Shark, and I let Tart walk, man. And I think in the in the draft, we got Richie Grant. There's a couple of other I forgot his name, but the safety from USC would be a great acquisition. If we could try to find a way to get him. I don't know if he plays. He might play in the box. I don't know. Isn't Jimmy playing in the box now? Looked like he did good doing that.
Well, I don't know if he is yet. Jimmy's all over the field now. He's become like the guy they move around depending on what they're doing strategy-wise. So you're right.
Yeah. Well, it looked like towards the. Go ahead, fam.
No, I was going to say he's not actually. They'll put Jimmy
not
where
official.
they want to.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, he's flexible. He could play corner. He could play anywhere in the secondary. That's a great thing about him. But I'm saying towards the end of the year, the last few games,
put Tavares back.
Salah switched him up and started doing different things with Jimmy, and it was really working.
Yeah.
So and with Tavares, so I think if we get a safety in the draft, we still got what's his name that we drafted as a undrafted free agent. Didn't he play safety too? That young fellow, the fellow that you interviewed, that you did the interview with.
Jared and Maiden. We got to stop forgetting about Maiden. Maiden is in the mix and strongly in the mix now. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So we may be able to just let Tark fall at the wayside, and I'm not into cheating K1, and I know he's had some injury issues and stuff like that, but he needs to get paid at some point. So if we gotta, if Shark leaves and goes to Jets, I wouldn't be mad, so he can get paid. And I know Robert, they're trying to get that defense together. They're making some moves over there. So they might get 2 seasons. We don't be surprised if they might, get close to 500 or even sneak in next year. You know what I mean? Depending on what Salah ends up doing and that other guy end up doing with the team. Because it's not all in Salah's control. But yeah, secondary though for sure. I just feel like Shark over Tart, and if they both go, for sure get Hyder. I mean, we need that depth. We need that sure depth, and it's the coach that been working with him that got Kerry on the team, that got him that contract. Since he's still there, why the hell wouldn't we keep him? I mean, damn if Salah's, used him in a certain scheme or a certain whatever, and that was where he was only dominant. Well, hell, let's utilize him the same way that Salah was doing. I mean, we got D'Amico, we got pretty much a lot of the remaining staff. Let's use Kerry Hyder to our advantage, and also allow him to elevate his game, continue to elevate his game as he did last year. You know what I mean? Pick up where he left off.
And with Nick on the other side.
Man, come on!
That's going to make an interesting situation. And you know what? You know how we play 3 linebackers, right? So now you can put Amico on the field at the same time. This could be a very scary attack this year. So we're going to find out.
Deion Jordan, I don't know what we're going to end up doing with him, but remember, we had a lot of these guys as depth players. So, Deion Jordan.
We
signed elsewhere, or did we sign?
What's the guy? Oh, that's right, Deion Jordan. No, we picked up the guy from Miami last year. Did we give him a 1 or 2 year? He came in the middle of the season, so they had to give him more than a 1-year deal.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. You're not talking about the guy that we
did look better.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Last year, though, I forgot about him actually.
Yeah, he was strong. I'm just saying, so as far as depth and, the Ibu Cam or Khan, he's going to ball. I really feel like, having a fast speed guy on the outside, if they're going to move him to DN or the edge, that's going to be great. You know what I mean? Because if D's not there, we'll have him. We're definitely going to get another edge, rush, probably 2 more, at least at a minimum defensive lineman, in the draft. You know what I mean? I think we need to get that kid from Georgia, and he'd just be vicious, man. To have him and Nick, and they just coming in and slamming on the edge, and just, I mean, they wouldn't know what to do, and we'll tear them up in the inside.
I know.
You know, we got Eric, we got DJ, and the rest of the cast in there. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm concerned about Fred, though, Ronbo. I'm not going to lie, man. I hope we don't wake up and we don't hear something about, you know, a blockbuster, you know, like we did last year when I got the notification in my phone about Defoe.
Ellis, ain't no way in the world the 49ers will be the laughingstock of the century. If they allow Fred Warner to get away under any circumstances, ain't no way. I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing with Fred. They've already proven 49ers got things. Ooh, ain't no. I would bet my house, everything else. Ain't no way Fred Warner ends up in anything but a 49er uniform, guaranteed. They ain't that stupid. Ain't nobody that stupid.
Yeah, let's not do it, man. But and then just, you know, for me, the defense is the most you know, important thing that I feel like offensively we're already pretty much stacked. But Kyle's going to get some more weapons offensively, and I look forward to seeing what he does, man. They got that kid Elijah Moore from Ole Miss, and they got, you know, Rondell Moore, and they got all these receivers. Tamarion Terry from Florida State University. That boy is tall and fast and just everything that we could imagine. And Kyle Pitts will be a receiver in the NFL for sure.
Maybe
he'll be a wide receiver. He won't be a tight end. I don't think he will.
We'll see.
But yes, sir.
We're gonna go, and I'll look forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
Always appreciate it, brother Ronbo. Shout out to the Niner faithful. Yeah, thank you always. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. And Monday Night Raw. We'll be back.
Indeed. Thanks, Ellis. Night, fam.
Much love.
And hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on,
very
brother?
Very loudly and very clearly, yes. Clarence, we're sitting there looking at some of the guys that might come back and versus the guys that you pretty much are going to say goodbye to. And I don't know about you, Clarence, but if I know those guys are sitting around and because we wouldn't sign them or nobody else would sign them, especially that I've developed a like for those guys, I like all of them, that would be a shame. Do you see us bring back any of those between Jordan Reed? Jordan Reed, not so much because we just met Jordan last year. But, you know, you look at Hyder and the Shark and, of course, Kwaski T. You know, it's kind of weird to see them not around anymore. But what are you thinking?
Just based on those three, I'd say bring back Hyder because he didn't have any injury issues last year.
God, I know, right? I mean,
you know,
he played hard.
I would not. Yeah, like I said, unless, and neither of those two, Kwaski or K1, they're not coming on any kind of minimum at anything. And like I said, K1 needs to get paid. He deserves that. Kwaski, he hadn't got like a big contract, but I know we got him back at on another 1 year deal or whatever the case may be. And like I said, he's been here. I said, even though he had a good 2009, good 2019, 2000 and 2020 was, here and there. Again, the injury bug once again.
Yeah,
and even K1 got injured, which was surprising to us last year.
Yeah, no, K1 gets hurt
because he was
every year too. We got a lot of people. Jimmy is the one who gets a spotlight put on him more than anybody else. But we've got a lot of guys.
That's expected.
And that's true. But we got a lot of guys. This is a problem in San Francisco that has to be figured out. We cannot have our frontline guys going down for extended periods like we continue to do each and every year. I don't know. The Jets game, I think, was the biggest jinx of all time. As long as we don't have to go to New York to start the season, hopefully we'll be okay. But my God, what is up with players dropping like flies? You look around other rosters, they don't have that serious of an issue. Not like the 49ers. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Right. Now I'm a Jesus freak. I love Jesus, but I don't know. We may need to go on that field and do a seance or do some praying. get a sage stick, get the shaman, somebody get out there and go, take off any kind of demons or any kind of spirits or any kind of
Clarence,
bad juju that's out there.
You mentioned that, but somebody said that Santa Clara area where they built that stadium over, it's built over a Native American burial ground. Now, see, these are the stories that I think people make up, but
We better check that out.
It's interesting that we've had nothing but bad luck. Even when Harbaugh opened that place up, it's been bad news ever since. And what are the chances of that being a coincidence? I'm starting to think they need to tear that thing down.
That's a bad coincidence. That's bad planning, man. If that was the case, like, nope, I'm sorry. We will find a way to live in San Francisco and pay all the super fun chemical cleanup fees instead of putting that on a burial ground.
Because it's been weird. Why do we get wiped out?
Yeah.
And we didn't just now start getting wiped out. Before Shanahan showed up, remember, we were getting wiped out. Guys are going down every year. So I said, what is going on with this team? How come nobody can stay
Yeah,
healthy?
that's my opinion on that. But somebody on the phone earlier mentioned that cut Eric Armstead and bring back
Hyder.
Nick and CJ. I was like, okay. And he was, quoting yards and things like that. And I get it. That's great. But if we're going to do that, if we're going to apply the Jimmy rule as far as keeping somebody, let's do that. So Jimmy, we know he wins. He may not win pretty. He may win ugly, but he wins. Nick, CJ, God bless them. They don't win. So we need to let them go, let them do their thing, let them figure it out somewhere else. But we need to find, like I said, obviously, God bless you, Deshaun. But I'm sorry, we cannot get you now. There is no freaking way. Not with the Reuben Foster thing. None of that. Anything. We ain't going there anymore. Sorry, my brother. I apologize.
I don't even know if God can help him right now. The guy, if he could have got out of one allegation, maybe even two, they could have asked those women to come back and tell everybody that you were just making that up to get paid, and you did get paid, and you're sorry. See, but you can't get into double digits. Now that's too many women.
Right.
And the way the atmosphere in America is right now, 2 women was too many. 1 was too many. But 12 women coming up out there, that's scary.
Right. Like I said, Deshaun, you are not Tiger Woods, okay?
Maybe he is Tiger. Hey, what was?
Well, yeah.
Look at what we did.
I guess we'll not.
How are we going down this road?
And you're definitely not Kobe.
Tiger did get up in the double digits, so his affliction was a little more bizarre, though. No, actually, not really. Okay, let's give Deshaun a break. Clarence, let's get back to 49er football.
Like I said, we have to. Like I said, right now, a lot of folks are already making him guilty in the court of public opinion.
Oh yeah.
So we got to wait till all the facts.
It could be an elaborate, it could be an elaborate.
It could be like it'd be a ruse.
Yeah, I mean, some plot to bring Deshaun to his knees. And like I said the other day, owner's going to come in and say, Deshaun, we can make this all go away. Stop the madness. Let's play football, and that's it. We'll clear your name up within minutes. And Deshaun.
And then he said no, and then here you go.
10 more women come in.
But as far as I apologize. One quick last. Let me finish my last thought. As far as the quarterback, gotta find folks that can challenge Jimmy for the job. Not just be there in case he's injured. Somebody
make him nervous.
Take his job.
Make him nervous. Make him work harder or lose out. Hey, that should always be the case. Always. So, anyway.
No more baby and Jimmy. But
no,
That's my spiel for tonight. You're coming back tomorrow, I believe.
Yes, indeed. And I'll be looking for you too, Clarence.
All right.
All
All right, my
man.
brother. Take care.
Hey,
God bless you. Be safe
too.
out there.
Good night. Pray for Deshaun.
I will.
All right. And there he is. Rudy has finally made his appearance. He says, Ram Jim Snead has done it again. According to you and Niner Rubes, here, Rams have no money, but Deshaun Jackson reuniting with McVay. Uh-oh, NFL, that's what we do, baby. By the way, you can identify Rudy by the sentences that he uses for names. McVay showing no mercy, Stafford unleashed in L.A. Rudy, thank you for that contribution, though, and God help you. All right. Hey, just then, this.
His hat in the movie's brown.
Justin.
Oh, hey. What's up?
Justin, what are you watching, man?
What's up, Ronbo? Watching TV. My bad.
No, it's okay. You need to turn it down, though, so we can hear you over the TV.
Yeah.
Well, Justin, as you know, we've been looking to bring... We've been looking to bring back 49ers if we're going to bring one. And if we're going to bring any back, I don't think there's going to be more than one. We don't have any money. But if you were going to bring back between Hyder, K1, Jordan Reed, and Kwasky T.
Before I start off, Ronbo, I want to sit there and I'm going to sit here and say thank you to Akella Witherspoon for your time with the Niners. He officially signed with Seahawks. I'm going to be sad he's gone. I was hoping we were going to resign him. He's a good man. He's a good man on and off the field.
Yeah.
I wish him nothing but the best, and he's going to be the one. He's going to be one of the only ones I'm pulling for, because of the things he did for me. The things that he did for me. So I appreciate him, and I wish him well. I wish him well, and I hope he balls out, and he deserves a lot. He's a good human. He's a good human being. And so I hope he balls out.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, with that said, go ahead and shed a little light on some of those guys.
I think Kerry Hyder should come back, but we got with all the they did the calculation. It's a 10.4 is our remaining balance for the cap space. So I don't think we're going to sign any more guys, to be honest with you.
If that's right.
But
that's we got just barely enough to cover the newbies coming in next month. So
yeah. Unless Kerry Hyder takes a pay cut and says, hey, I'll play for this, and it comes with an incentive deal. But all right, if you make this much, if you do this much, we'll pay you long-term contract later on. So. It could be something like that where it's a sensitive deal. Same thing with Sherman. The same thing with Sherman deal. Hyder has the ball in his court. He knows what he's worth, and he knows he's probably not going to get that big contract from the Niners just because we did a bunch of restructuring. Richburg is supposed to retire before just restructured his contract, and but Heat. Wise, I don't see him coming back, even though Ward and Tarheet played with each other since high school, and they do have that connection.
I always wonder, how do you think he feels? I always wonder when you got a friendship like that. I guess he understands it's a business. I'm talking about Jimmy Ward, of course. I wonder how he feels about Tart not even getting an offer from the 49ers. I wonder if that bothers him, or is it going to affect him, or how's it, kind of... All of a sudden, his bro is gone.
I would be, if I'm Jimmy Ward, and he's probably going to wreck. He's probably going to give me hell for this. I'm fine with that. But because I'm probably going to get, okay. But I would be worried about him getting restructured as well, because we have to save money, and we gave Ward a 3-year contract. Ward did his best, but the long term, you're looking into those rookie safeties like Jared Maiden, who could ball out for you. Tarvarius Moore, who could ball out for you. He had an interception in the Super Bowl. So
Tavares
you have
he's already in the contract, I think. His time hasn't ran out as
Yeah,
a
but
rookie
I'm saying,
contract.
but you got to look. You got to look to see what you have
Mm.
before you could say, let's keep this guy. Because
Mhm.
Tavares could be a starter. Jerry Maiden could be a starter if we give them the chance. It's all about giving them the chance.
Time on the field, yep.
So
You know what? Maiden actually hasn't. I don't think he didn't make the team last year. He made the. I don't know what kind of deal they got as far as the team goes for how many years, but does he have to be
Yeah.
re-signed? I don't know.
yeah. Well, and to be honest with you, I wasn't really a fan of Tariq just because he can never stay healthy. He's never had a healthy season where he's not been injured. If I'm being honest with you, the last 3 years,
Everybody remembers his
been
injuries
injured.
too.
So
He had a neck injury was
Yeah.
usually the first thing. A shoulder
shoulder
went
injury,
out. And then
shoulder
he broke his
yeah,
arm.
So
Him and
yeah,
Jimmy
so,
both broke their arm 3 years ago. 2 years ago. 3 years.
Yeah, it's all about longevity, and Jimmy Ward got that contract because he balled out last year. He balled out. That boy balled out. That boy shut down the Rams defense in that 23 victory on week 2. I mean, it was not week 2, but it was.
That's what I was trying to tell people, man. Jimmy Ward. I said, wait a minute, whoa. Jimmy can play. Okay, he can't stay on the field, but he can play.
Me and you went back and forth on this one too, because I was telling you, man, I was like, Jimmy Ward can't play. And you were so adamant he could play. And you had your cookie that day, okay? I swallowed it. I swallowed my. I was like, you know what? He was right. I got you. It's all good.
But it's sometimes people forget. When players when they get hurt, for some reason, it's one thing if a guy gets injured, and then people take it to the next channel, and they say, and he ain't no good either. Okay, stop. Oh, just wait a minute. That's what I usually have something to say. So, but Solomon Thomas, you notice I didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
So I knew he was really questionable. God, Solomon. So anyway.
Yeah. And and Solomon Thomas too. Man, how I found you was on 2017. 2017, the reaction video, and that's how I found your channel. I couldn't stop laughing at it because your reaction to that Solomon Thomas was just hilarious.
I was really upset about that. But anyway, we're out of time. I didn't realize we were on it. Let's, if you get a chance, let's see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Well, Solomon Thomas, good luck on your Raiders, even though I don't really like the Raiders at all. I hate them, but a passion.
5.5.
Yeah.
He's getting paid.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, you all take care of yourself. I probably won't be because work has got me running around like crazy 40 hours a week over here. Hope y'all be safe. Y'all.
All you do is sleep when you finish. God, that's rough.
Yeah.
All right. Good to hear from you, Justin. Glad to know you're doing all right.
Well, wear your mask. Get ready for draft season. And let's just keep the faith, y'all. And Jimmy G,
and get back.
He'll be out there week 1. All right, y'all.
All right.
Have a good night, y'all.
Yeah. Well, it's that time of year. It's the big show. It's a big show on the night show. Show, if anybody can appreciate a good draft, it has to be you. Did you check out Tony and Lee? What were your real quickly? What were your grades?
I gave Lee the only part I disagree with Lee about is his first overall pick because we just paid $12 million to how do you pronounce his name?
Oh, Aziz. Nobody even tries the last name. Aziz. Just call him A.O.
No, the guy we just signed, we paid $12 million to. What's his name?
Oh.
How do you pronounce his name?
The guy we just signed. Trent Williams. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
No, the defensive end I'm talking about.
Sosa. Oh, you know what? I'm giving up on him. Ibukum. I'm hoping that's the way you pronounce it.
Abukum or something like that. But that is the only pick I disagree with Leon. But other than that, we knocked it out of the park with the rest of the picks. I don't think we're going to be drafting an edge rusher in the first round because of that signing. You don't pay $12 million to an edge who clearly said he's going to play defensive end. So I think he's going to be rotating in and out with D Ford. Either he is going to be starting and D Ford's going to be rotating in and out with him, or D Ford's going to be starting and he's, you know what I mean? They're going to share a rotational role.
And
keep
right,
Ford healthy.
exactly. Whenever it looks like D
keep
can't
D Ford
handle it,
healthy.
yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
that might be the
So-
strategy show. That sounds about right, actually. Makes sense.
And as far as our secondary goes, that's been solidified already with our two corners on the outside. The only thing we have to address is the slot corner.
We need
and I
depth.
think K1 Williams. Yeah, I think K1 Williams can kick rocks. We'll find his replacement in the 5th round. I think the slot corner position. You don't really have to necessarily draft high for that position. The slot that's reaching too high for a slot corner. You can find those in the later rounds. You know what I mean? So you don't have to waste that on a 1st round or a 2nd round pick.
You got
but
in
as
the
far
first
as
round? The first round, what are you picking then? What position?
well, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna be drafting. I already
Okay,
gave
we
you my
gotta
mock
wait.
draft.
Show's gonna share that later.
So-
All right.
yeah.
We
So
still, I worry about DK Metcalf and IHOP. Well, not IHOP. I can stop. I'm not gonna be able to stop calling that. D Hop is covered.
Yeah.
By Jason Verrett. He could just
not only
forget
that,
it.
we have AJ Green.
Oh.
And so
My God, did you do this? You know, okay. Oh, what are we gonna do with that? Oh man.
But as far as the list that we have on free agents goes, the only 2 players that Deion Jordan is a free agent. Actually, I just looked that up right now.
He is, okay.
The only two players that I would bring back on that list are Deion Jordan and Kerry Hyder Jr. Because that defensive line depth is that defensive line depth is so important. If Nick Bosa goes down, God forbid, goes down again, we have nobody else. You know what I mean? Other than D Ford and Sampson. I mean,
what's the guy we got
depth
from
on our
Miami
D-line.
last year? Is he? Did we sign him for just 1 year or what?
Oh man, that one we traded a 7th round pick for from the Jets.
Yeah, he wasn't bad, and in fact, he had a sack in the
No.
short time he was with us. I think.
I don't know honestly, but the only other player that I really would consider is Jordan Reed, but he also gets injured way too much, Ronbo. And the 49ers have been talking to a lot of they've already talked to a tight end in the draft this year that they've been in constant contact with, and that's Brevin Jordan out of Miami. So
Does he think he can come in and really contribute? I mean, because I hate it when they get a guy like Charlie Warner or something like that, and they sit him down on the
and
bench.
they don't contribute right away.
Yeah, we never see him again. You know,
Yeah. I was excited for Jordan Reed last year because that looked like a really good 1-2 punch with him and Kittle.
It would have been
until he started getting hurt. A lot. You know what I mean? So that was a huge disappointing campaign and a comeback, trying to come back for Jordan Reed.
Yeah,
I was really excited for him. You know, so I think they're going to be looking for a tight end in the draft this year as well. So I mean, they didn't bring back Jordan Reed, so
okay. So listen, I'm telling you right now, if I see Kyle Pitts at number 12, I'm probably going to have to be put into a straitjacket. And the 49ers are on the clock. Oh my God, Jesus, guys, you see Pitts? He's on the board. They can't
see. That's what thinking.
Please, God, and I know I'm going to lose it.
I don't think he gets past Atlanta because they just got rid of. They brought on Hayden Hurst, but he's not really that
Hayden Hurst
much of a threat at tight end.
Yeah, he does a good job.
And they also got rid of their tight end last year when they traded for Hayden Hurst. I forget who it was, but Austin Hooper.
That's right. He went to the Browns.
Yeah, so I could see them picking Kyle Pitts.
What position?
Yeah.
What position is Atlanta in?
They're fourth overall.
Well, now wait a minute. There's other positions of richness. They're going to trade down, and then take Pitts. They're going to trade down to like number 6 or 7, and then get Pitts because they probably know they can get him at 7. Oh, don't do it, Falcons! Yeah. Okay, it's nothing we can do.
But as far as the free agents goes on that list, Romo, like I said, the only 2 players I would bring back are Deion Jordan and Kerry Hyder Jr. and you can put those guys a 1-year deal. And believe it or not, teams have shown us that if you put guys on 1-year deals, you get a lot of production out of them.
Yeah.
You know, so that wouldn't hurt. So
yeah, we're going to see.
And those guys have been healthy all year too. So
yeah, there's something that needs to be remedied. I really wish the 49ers would consider building another facility and getting out of that area as soon as possible.
You're telling me Santa Clara? Are you kidding me? Santa Clara is not an NFL city.
Yeah, that's man. There's something.
I was gonna say
wrong.
before my call.
Okay.
I was gonna say earlier. The one guy said to bring in a priest or something. And I was going to carry on, piggyback off of that and say, bring the Dalai Lama in, bring the Pope in, bring Buddha back to life.
The Exorcist. You know, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so as usual, always great.
And the city hates us to begin with.
They hate York.
They kicked us out of our home
every chance they get.
Yeah, it's time to go back to San Francisco, I think.
I know. I don't know where. Daly City, we got plenty of room out there. They could have built the facility. The weather sucks,
exactly.
But still.
You know what we should have done? We should have shared Stanford Stadium with them and built on top of Candlestick. That's what we should have done.
I love it. But, you know, it's in an area that people say is unsavory, and the 49ers should be looking to move up in class by now. I said, guys, you know what? I don't know about this political conversation. I just want to go where the 49ers play their best football, okay? God.
Yep.
Anyway, so...
All right, Rob, it was good to talk to you. Good to hear from you.
Same here, fam. You look, and it's your time of year, so I look forward to hearing from you again in a minute.
Oh,
right?
Definitely. For sure. All right, so. Take care.
Night, fam. Hey, and speaking of, hey, Lee, come on back, man. Lee.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Lee.
Good timing.
You just, you notice I just got kudos from the show.
Yeah, shout out the show there. Thanks for the compliment, show. I agree and don't agree with show, Ronbo. I know you didn't agree
about the first round. Who did he not agree with? Yeah, but go ahead and address.
He didn't agree with the edge rusher because we got Ebukam, and I try to tell people look at the contract Ebukam was signed to. He wasn't signed to a big contract. You know, he was one of the cheapest edge rushers that was signed. He was the cheapest in the first 3 days of free agency. I'm not sure now, but he was way down the list. You know, if you're going out and you're going to put all your investment into a free agency edge rusher, you pick the best one, Ronbo. You know what I mean?
Fine. Yeah, absolutely.
That wasn't a replace Steve Ford move. That was a get someone in for depth that could help us. So that's why edge rusher is still so high in this draft and why we need an edge rusher. You can't tell me a guy that had 15 sacks for you, like a D4 kind of guy, is being replaced with a guy that gets 4 sacks. You know what I mean, Ronbo?
And the Rams had a pretty good defense. As a matter of fact, Lee, you and me, if we get an edge rusher every other year, especially if we don't have two, I am going to be the last guy to complain because you got a lot of us are out here complaining, oh, we're going to get another defensive lineman. Come on. I say, hey, sit down and shut up. You know, I like edge rushers.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Ronbo, but that's not the pick I want. That's not my favorite pick. Like a lot of my favorite players I left out of my draft because I don't think we're taking my favorite players. Like that's what as fans a lot of people don't get. Like they fall in love with a player and feel like it's that player or nothing. You know what I mean, Ronbo? But they don't take into account the needs. You know, what this guy's going to do in this scheme. You know, how our coaches are going to use them. If there's other positions that are way more valuable at that pick and the depth of the positions in the draft. You know what I mean? That's a key reason why edge will be high, not only because we need an edge rusher, but because after the first round, the edges fall off a cliff. And if you remember last year, that's the reason we took Kinlaw, because we couldn't get a really good guy to replace Defo in the second, third round. You had like a lot of question mark guys, like the guy that the Texans picked up, Blacklock, he didn't do anything. A guy like Metabuke, the Ravens picked up, you know, Jordan Elliott, fourth, fifth
after the
rounder.
draft. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
and I hate
and-
that. And we, how many guys do we have that you never hear about after the draft? That's always the thing, you know. You just can you?
Yeah.
But I give our guys credit though. They can go late round picks they do resurface after the draft sometimes, pretty often actually. We didn't see Charlie Warner, we didn't see McKivitz very much, and these are the guys that I always wonder. Well, you guys brought him in, you should give him a better look, especially last year. That would have been an ideal time to do it. So we're going to see.
Yeah,
You're
no,
right.
seen. I liked what Ellis was saying earlier. He called in earlier, and Ellis, I know he's been looking at players because he was saying a lot of good players, Ronbo. Like you're talking to him about safeties and replacing Tart. And if you're not picking a Holland, then the other best guys, I like the guy from USC, Hufanga, Richie Grant, Shea's guy out of UCF. There's the guy from Morig, but he's going to go early. He's more a free safety. He's the number one in this class, and he's from TCU. But when you break it down, yeah, like people are all screaming about quarterbacks. Like I seen them Ronbo going, "Oh, you didn't pick a quarterback." Oh, right. And I was like, what's the point of picking a quarterback in the 4th, 5th, 6th round to be the backup? He ain't going to come in here and help us win or get to the playoffs. He's going to sit on the bench and watch Jimmy G win. You know what I mean? And if Jimmy G goes down, our season's probably over, Ronbo. Like, you know what I mean?
Again, that's why I want a quarterback that can actually come in there. I know Kyle can find one because if they're not going to go in the first round, and the 49ers are usually trying not to run that risk, but find somebody that goes in and is formidable and can put some pressure on Jimmy. And if he goes down, we're still a good football team. And everybody wants that.
And
even
that's
the
why
biggest
we were
Jimmy G
looking
supporter.
Exactly. And that's why we were looking at veterans, Ronbo, because they're probably thinking, man, worst case scenario, Jimmy does go down. We need someone that can step straight in and keep the train rolling, you know what I mean? And if picking a guy late's not going to do that. You're either going to have to pick a really talented guy early or go out and get a veteran.
And Joe Flacco, I didn't know that I'd forgotten he's been working with Scangarello over in Denver. Also, he's Kubiak has been working with him. You know what? He probably knows pretty much what Kyle is doing. Of course, his terms and things like that, they've got to refresh.
Are you talking about Scangarello,
Ronbo? Yeah. Rich was working with him, right? Over in Denver.
Well, yeah, the quarterback, the coach. That's the thing, like that should help us, bringing back the old coach to help us. And that, with our quarterbacks, and especially if you're bringing a young guy to teach, you get someone that knows our system well and they can teach them up quickly. Sure. But I just, like, there's probably David Mills in the 4th. He may slide to the 4th. He could be gone in the 3rd round. I just felt like when you're getting to like the 4th round onwards, there's not a lot of good quarterbacks. There's probably, if you get lucky, Mills and maybe the kid, Jamie Newman. But there's just not a lot of talent left later in the rounds, and you've got to get really lucky to hit on someone.
Yeah,
and then being able to step in and beat Jimmy, it's not going to happen. Not year one.
Yeah, 3rd round. If you're going past the 3rd round looking for a quarterback, you're just filling up a roster spot for some bizarre reason.
Exactly.
There's another position you can get it in that late. It's too late. You're right.
Yep. And with the Tart scenario, I think it's better to move on, Ronbo, because there's a lot of good young safeties in this draft. Like some of these guys that Rich mentioned, that Alice mentioned earlier, and some of the ones I just said, he mentioned those guys. There's a lot of good safeties, especially strong safeties, and we don't have a lot of cap, but we need most of this cap for the rookies coming in the draft.
I didn't do the math. I just assumed the 49ers, when they said they have a certain amount of money, they've already allocated funding for the draft picks. maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Lee, what name did I just give you? I meant Joe Flacco. Who did I say?
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure what you said. So you're talking about Joe Flacco coming over? That's who we looked at, eh?
Yeah.
You were talking about Scangarello over at Denver.
Scangarello's the coach. No, I said I think he was working with Scangarello before Scangarello got released and came back to us. So that's why I'm thinking he knows the offense. But yeah, we'll see.
Did anyone pick up Flacco, Ronbo? Because he went to the Jets. He was at the Jets last year, eh?
I know, Joe's still running around. They're still asking the question in Baltimore, is Joe Flacco a... Every time I can never tell this joke. Is he a real... Flacco got real actually bothered when they kept asking that question about him being the real deal. And I says, Flacco should not... He only won one Super Bowl, and it's because the 49ers made a mistake in the 4th quarter. So,
Yeah, I still... It annoys me, because we lost. It's a thing. You're bringing in a quarterback that cost you a Super Bowl. That helped us lose the Super Bowl back then with that Harbaugh era. So yeah, I don't know, but I think it's safer to bring in a veteran, and you've got Josh Rosen there too. So surely one of them can step up.
But the answer in Baltimore, is he a franchise quarterback, kept going on and on for years. I kept laughing. I said, why do they keep asking that question? He already got paid now. It doesn't matter.
If you remember, Ronbo, both of those quarterbacks were nothing special, but they had great defenses. They had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. They had Haloti Nata. They had beasts everywhere. The other defensive outside linebackers.
And it was just about whoever blinked first.
Yeah,
and
both teams.
We did. Yeah, so. Lee, we got to go. Hey, Lee, always love talking to you. Let's get together again tomorrow. You get your 53-man roster ready because we're going to come back to you later on and see what you think about that.
Oh, good, Ronbo. Shout out to all the callers and you and your team. Thanks, you for everything you put in, all the work over the offseason. Thank you, Ronbo. Go Niners.
So much fun. Thanks, man. See you later, Lee. Yeah. Eddie Ramirez, are you in there taking shots at me, Eddie? You Ram fan / Chiefs fan? You're a clown. God, why don't you come on over to Twitter and let's get down with this. You piece of poop. Hey, fam, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we shall see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Guys, take care of my light work. Work Eddie Ramirez for me a little bit, please. And I'll see you tomorrow. Fam, thanks for the contribution tonight, guys. I know. Night, Rudy. Pray for Deshaun.